Hello and welcome to the All Night Gamers Podcast, episode 218. Hi, hello, hi. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us for another edition of the show. Switch 2 is inbound. We are very excited here. I almost said Switch going to the Final Four. Auburn going to the Final
Let's
Four.
go.
Switch going to the Final Four. Let's go.
That's huge. Alabama's not going to the Final Four.
Let's go.
Love to see that. I'm an engaged man
I
now.
believe Florida is as well.
There's been a lot
Yeah,
of
let's
there's a lot of
go.
stuff going on
Yeah,
this
let's
week.
go.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Congratulations.
Literally nothing about either of our lives is changing.
Everything is the exact same.
That's the fun part.
Everything
That's
is
the fun
the
part
exact
about
same it
marrying
was,
somebody that you
before
basically.
last week.
Yeah, it's fun marrying somebody that you've basically already been married to for half a decade.
It
'Cause-
doesn't matter if nothing's changing. You have the proof
Ah,
now.
but Grant,
I have a
Grant,
lot
I've got the
of
tax.
coworkers like
I've got
that.
the tax break. That's what I've got.
Yeah, you got the tax
title
break,
and the
dude.
taxes.
She got the ring. I got the tax break.
yeah. Well,
Hell
that dude, that tax break hits
Win-win.
different, dude.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Like-
looking forward to it. Anyway, enough about me. How are you guys doing this week?
Good.
I'm doing
Good.
good.
Had to go to the office. That sucked.
Oh wow!
Well, okay.
Wow.
When I had to
I
get,
go to
had
the
to go to
office
work.
every single day. I have to work.
that's crazy.
Exactly. Good. I was worried about stuff at work, but it's passed,
No, but that does
so
kinda
we're
suck.
fine.
Well, that's good.
Dude, we didn't even get anything done
good.
either. That's the painful
I-
part.
I'm
Still
doing
hasn't
pretty
given-
alright. I had a test in psychology. Me and Kyle had a test on Thursday, psychology.
Mhm.
Did you beat
was-
Kyle?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
We don't get it back until tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I have a test tomorrow in business, and I have a test on Thursday in business, and I have a test on Wednesday in criminal justice.
So
And I
what
have,
I'm hearing is, it's a good thing we're doing the show tonight.
I have 40 assignments for criminal justice. but
I
on Wednesday,
saw that. Yeah, you sent me that.
So
Well, have fun with that.
fun week. Yeah. And then, oh yeah, I figured out. I was looking into it, kind of just for fun. I found out like you to flex your bicep. It sounds stupid, but you like had to flex the bicep muscle. It's not just like putting your arms up.
Yes.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
It's crazy the difference that like
wait.
actually makes.
Wait.
I know. I
Okay,
know.
no,
that
no,
sounds
no,
so
no.
dumb.
Pause.
Yep,
You-
Did you just put your arms up?
So you
Yes.
thought flexing was just
Pretty much.
assuming the position, not actually straining a
Yes.
muscle.
Pretty much.
Wow. W-
It's so
That-
dumb
Dude.
saying it out loud, but it just kind of.
You're right. It is so dumb.
Look, it's important you admit mistakes. Dakota at one point thought that bones were just kind of there. That like
What?
muscles
What?
both was what did the moving and what gave you structural rigidity. And that bones were just like an offshoot of evolution, kind of like the appendix or your gallbladder.
Cool.
And I was like,
What?
yeah, I know, that was crazy. To be fair, this was a very long time ago. Like a decade ago. I mean, we were definitely educated enough to know for sure, and also just common sense your way into it. But technically, we hadn't graduated high school yet, so I don't know. I don't know how much time to give.
Oh, no, man.
Don't
I feel like that's
worry.
not
I gave him
something you
plenty of
learn in
shit for
high
it.
school.
That's
I
still a
definitely
bro
gave.
moment,
I
dude.
roasted him for it. Don't.
No, absolutely.
worry.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yes,
that's. That's. I'm. So you've just been. You just do this.
Yeah,
And,
I
like,
just did
never-
that.
and never
Yeah,
ever actually
yeah,
looked at your
never like
muscles.
actually like flexed it. Yeah.
Wild. That is
Incredible.
crazy work, dude.
Man, I can't even see it because I can't see the camera.
Well, all right. Let's get right into this direct. So there was a Nintendo Direct that rumor was true from last week. There was a Switch 1 focus direct that was about half an hour long. Obviously, the Switch 2 direct is this week. If you're
The day
listening to
the show
this,
comes out.
yeah, I was gonna say unless you're like one or two very specific people, you probably are listening to this after the direct happened. But too bad. You're gonna have to pretend like you haven't seen it yet anyway, because that's what we're doing. But first,
Or tell us how
Switch.
wrong we are and leave on that.
Yeah, we'll talk some more about the Switch 2 at the end of the show. But for now, Switch 1 Direct. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake, very exciting. Something
You excited, Cooper?
Wait, for what?
Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake.
Oh, wait, that's sick.
Cooper did not
Okay,
watch the direct.
Cooper did not watch the direct.
Dude,
Heard.
I literally have not had time.
I
honestly.
missed the first little bit of it. I
did not care.
came in halfway through Metroid Prime 4 cuz I was in a meeting. And then
Well-
my meeting ended way quicker than I joined the thing because I forgot. I sat there for a few minutes and eventually I saw my Twitter notifications come up and I saw something for Metroid and I was like, "Oh crap!"
Well, I
Direct.
didn't watch it live. I was tired. So I watched it all after without spoilers. Like, it wasn't long after it ended.
I watched it live. Yeah, the, there were some ups, there were some downs
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do
when it's
given the
it-
timing.
yeah,
Um,
week before the new console first direct, you can't really steal the spotlight by showing off all the good games.
yeah, I actually kind of like I like that this is essentially de-bloating the Switch 2 presentation this week.
Right. It's not
Um,
gonna have all this junk.
Like the virtual game card update stuff, especially, which we'll talk about in a second. That like
Won't have to be
it's a lot
covered.
better that they took the time to explain that before and not try to explain this while also info dumping on the Switch 2. Just like get all this. It's like clean up housework out of the way.
Yep.
Anyway, no sleep for Konami date AI Somnia files. Somnia
Let's
files.
go!
Yeah.
I've played the other two games.
So this is another game in that series.
Yes.
Okay, you're the expert on these, so.
Yeah. We're a bit lost because of the description they put on the website. It says it's 1 day after the first game. Not really possible based on the story of the game, but someone says the translation's wrong and that it can be more like the way it's phrased is it can be any day after the first game.
It's just more like it's meant to be after the first game, probably.
Yeah.
Not specifically 1 day.
Yeah. But it looks more like the other series the director did, 999, which is escape rooms, based on the trailer, than murder mystery, like the other two games in the series. But the main character from the first game's back, so that's fun.
Ooh.
Pretty cool.
Ride Out Remastered: The Mystery of the Soulless Army got a trailer.
Let's go, Atlas game.
Woo.
Oh, that's what that one was. Yeah, okay. I was like,
Yeah. Raidu. Something about him, I don't remember what it was, but like, he had costumes in Persona 5, but when they ported it to other consoles, they removed that DLC for his costumes because of some controversy. I'm a bit surprised to see this. It's something about his outfit, but I don't remember it off the top of my head.
that was weird.
More info on Shadow Labyrinth.
Oh, the Pac-Man game.
Yeah, releases July 18th, so that's exciting.
They did call him Puck.
That's the Pac-Man horror game, right?
It is the
Yeah,
Pac-Man horror game, and they called your little companion Puck.
Interesting. Patapon 1+2 Replay releases July 11th.
All I know
haven't
about
heard
these
that name
is
in a
that they're
long-ass
in
time.
Astro as little collectibles. That's the only thing I know they're like PSP games.
Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar coming out August 27th. These are so milquetoast, dude. Story of Seasons games.
Yeah.
I want to like them so bad. I've bought multiple of them. But like the Friends of Mineral Town remake sucks. Everything is slower and worse. Pioneers of Olive Town is boring. It feels like a mobile game. So I'm
Disgusting.
I'm kind of out on Story of Seasons.
Which is pain because that's
So you would
the
need to see like good reviews to pick this one
you'd have
up.
to see it
Yeah.
basically speed the game up completely.
Yeah, I mean, look, the thing is that ever since Stardew Valley came out, nothing's gonna satisfy me unless it's something like that. And Friends of Mineral Town was pretty close to that, but the remake sucks and it's super slow. So I don't know. Stardew Valley took a lead over Story of Seasons as soon as it came out, and I don't think it's ever going to give that up.
This just in: Stardew Valley fan hates Stardew Valley clone.
No, so
Stardew Valley
Story
is
of
actually a
Seasons-
Story of Seasons clone, technically,
Oh,
but
Story
the
of
only good
Seasons
ones
is
are
an
the ones that came
offshoot
out
of Harvest
before.
Moon.
Story of Seasons is what they used to call Harvest Moon before they got Natsume
They
and
split up.
whoever else.
The devs. It was a
Yeah,
publisher dev dispute, and Harvest Moon. The names say what the publisher, but the devs went on and made Story of Seasons.
mm.
yeah. Like Story of Seasons is better than Harvest Moon today because Harvest Moon is absolutely abysmal.
Isn't it
Uh,
basically just mobile games at this point?
Yeah, yeah. Oh well, I'll always have the original. Metroid Prime 4, big heavy hitter, finally shown off.
Let's
Metroid Prime 4
go!
Beyond is the title. Teleported to
Yeah.
a strange planet.
Hmm.
You got scanning is back. There's new enemies. You got new
Exciting.
psychic abilities. There's no release date
Samus
available.
got more powers!
Yeah, the psychic stuff looks pretty cool. And everybody
Your
online seemed
bullets
super excited
get
about
controlled.
scanning too.
I won't be surprised if the Metroid Dread amiibo unlocks the Dread costume, like how you could use the GBA link cable to get the fusion costume in the first Prime game.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. New very red suit was also shown off.
Very red. It looks good.
Yeah, I saw a mock-up of a Switch 2 special edition
Oh,
for Metroid Prime 4.
that'd
It's
be
like a fan
sick.
make.
Yeah,
And it
yeah, I
looks
saw
so
that.
good. So yeah, Metroid Prime 4 is for sure happening, and they're treating it as a Switch 1 game, which is interesting.
They have to.
Yeah. I know we kind of talked that to death, but I'm really excited to see if they mention anything next week about it. If there's going to be any, I assume there's going to be
Probably a
performance benefits and stuff.
probably a confirmation of a Switch 2 version. And talk about like an enhancement thing. But maybe that will be their example. But I
Dude,
feel
that's
like more than likely their example will be Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
hearing Nintendo talk about enhancements between the Switch and the Switch 2 is going to be interesting because
Oh, no.
they've kind of been the only one that hasn't
Okay,
been doing
it's
that,
rumored to exist.
you know?
Let me clarify that. People who went and saw it like years ago, like a year or two ago, at like Games Done Quick or something like that. I don't remember. Said they saw Breath of the Wild running with enhancement.
A year or two ago?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. There have been some people that have gotten to see it, haven't there?
Yeah.
I mean, there's just, yeah, I don't really see from a business perspective how it would make sense to not provide that with this console. It's a
True.
big selling point on the back of the box, especially for early on in the life cycle when people are really concerned about backwards compatibility and cross-platform support and this, that, and the other, all that stuff. But
Mhm.
anyway, so yeah, Metroid Prime 4 sure does exist. We still don't know when it's coming out, but we get to know what it looks like. Hopefully we'll
It's
know
very
more
pretty,
this week.
which is very good.
Yeah.
We will see
I'm
them built
excited.
on like what is it?
Now,
it's
if they would
two
only
heads.
do
It's
the
her
other
being
two.
it's her being chased by Skrillex at the end of Corruption, and Skrillex taking the Metroid egg and the one that nobody played.
Skrillex.
I was gonna say
Federation.
Skrillex.
I've got his name wrong. Hold on.
It's like I haven't listened to Skrillex in like 15 years, probably.
Well, that's probably good. Means your mental state is probably
Yeah,
not in the
yeah, it's a
dumpster.
good sign.
My bad. Silex. Sylux.
Silex, Skrillex. I hope Skrillex is in the game. That'd be really funny.
That'd be so hilarious. Dude.
Be
He
incredibly
can write
surreal.
music. He can write music like he did for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Let's see. Disney Villains Curse Cafe. Woo.
$15
Available now.
Nobody
for a Pokemon
cares.
Cafe clone, dude.
Yeah, nobody cares. Witchbrook, witchy game. Are you a witch? Do you like crystals? Buy that. Cool. Moving
Oh,
on.
this is the like Chucklefish is like, oh, we can get Stardew Valley money again. That's right.
Yeah. The Eternal Life of Goldman.
This is the old man game
Yeah.
that looks like they're doing DuckTales because he's got a cane.
I remember that one. There's gonna be a new Gradius, which is or Gradius. It depends on I guess where you're from.
This is the first game I don't remember.
I don't know how versed y'all are with Gradius, but it used to be crazy popular series. Older gamers, like people probably 5 to 10 years older than us, will definitely be able to remember a lot more about it. It was big in the 90s and it was huge in Japan. It's like a super popular shmup in Japan. Um, we got like a decent number of them, but Japan got way more because Japan loves shmups. Um, yeah, Gradius is a super famous series. So
This is God, there's something else like this.
Super R Type.
Maybe.
I don't know. There's a million shmups.
Yeah. I guess that's right. It's arcade series.
Yeah, I think there was. Gradius came from the arcades originally.
And these are all like the original games. Okay, yes, I remember this.
Rift of the Necrodancer is out now, so it's like Crypt of the Necrodancer, but now it's just fully Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
Super, it's up your alley.
Yeah, that sounds sick.
Yeah, I did kind of perk up a little bit, like, Guitar Hero, but not Guitar Hero. Okay.
Yeah, literally.
It's Hard Hero, but I don't have to use Epic.
Yeah, Guitar Hero, but it doesn't have to be about rock music.
Also,
You go.
no Fortnite.
Yeah. I saw one of those guitar controllers that they're making for like PS5 and Xbox now because of the Fortnite game.
Yeah.
I saw it in a Best Buy and I was like, oh, that's really cool. I wonder if I could figure out a way. I was thinking about if there's a way to just buy that controller and plug it into your PC to use with Clone Hero. I bet there is. Because that would
no,
be
yeah,
awesome.
most
Oh,
likely.
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't it just be USB?
Yeah, it
You'd-
should be. I think people are saying the Xbox One works with PC.
Oh yeah, it probably has to
Weird
be the
that they
Xbox
don't
One.
both.
Well, the PlayStation one probably works with PC, but the Xbox one will be recognized by like Xbox software.
I
True.
was gonna say like it'll be easier.
Easier.
They
yeah.
use slightly like the tiniest bit different firmwares because of copyright BS. That's why
Yep.
they have to specify. Let's see. Tamagotchi Plaza, June 27th. Tamagotchi apparently isn't dead.
Crazy.
Yeah, I saw this. I'm like, those characters look familiar, and then it's like Tamagotchi. I'm like, okay,
What do you mean those characters look familiar? They're me.
Wow, those look wow.
no, that's Tomodachi. Tamagotchi.
Yeah, not Tomodachi.
Oh.
Tamagotchi.
Oh, right.
Tomodachi
bad.
is in this direct, but we're not there yet. No,
Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi.
We're talking the
Plaza.
little toy
The-
thing
the-
that people had when we were kids.
Little,
Yeah, well, they still sell them, but like
They
they're
still sell 'em.
doing a game. From my understanding of it, you basically just walk around and buy things from shops.
So it's abysmal dog shit.
I mean, it's a Tamagotchi game with
Wait.
like the main factor of Tamagotchi is not in consideration. So yeah,
Oh, that's
Insert
you can,
absolute cinema meme, but absolute dog shit.
You can go to the
absolute-
dentist and dude, you can go to the dentist and treat their cavities.
Bruh.
12 different shops are available, guys.
Bruh.
Wow. We got a little more stuff for Pokemon Legends ZA. The Wild Zone was showing off some more. Talked about teleportation. The ZA Royale
fast
was
travel?
showing off with When Night Falls.
I for one am a fan of elevator just teleports you. No, we don't want to pay for the elevator animation. Just teleport them up there.
Oh, crazy.
Strongest entertainment company in the world, guys.
I mean, honestly, for that, I would rather that than me have to watch a stupid animation.
Yeah, a whole cutscene.
One of my
10 seconds
biggest-
every time I want to go up an elevator.
Yeah, speaking of Pokemon and elevators, you really hit a bullseye. Pokemon Heart Gold, Gen 3, Gen 4, all the stupid stuff with the department stores. Each game has like a city that's like a shopping city with a big department store. It's got multiple levels, right? Why do I have to sit in the elevator and watch the animation of going up, floor 2, floor... Like, this is not real life. Just put me up there. Like, it's so long, too. I know that's so random and so specific.
Yeah,
But,
No, but I
you just
feel it
you
makes
just happen to
sense.
hit.
I get
I
it.
understand.
In this instance,
understand.
I'll let them get away with potential laziness.
Oh, it's definitely laziness, but like
It just happens to work out. It's convenient
It's,
laziness.
it's convenient.
convenient laziness for me.
Yeah. I'm still nervous about this game maintaining a frame rate above 5. So,
Fair.
but yeah, Pokemon Legends showing off more. Rhythm Heaven Groove coming out next year. A new Rhythm Heaven game. Let's go. Very exciting. Love
Dude,
Rhythm
it's
Heaven.
peak. Same.
Yeah, we ain't seen any of those in forever.
I'm not really sure why they had to announce a game as relatively simple as Rhythm Heaven to be out a year out.
Also, it seemed like they already had a lot of ideas for it.
Yeah, I don't really know what's
Mhm.
up with that, but I guess I'll just be happy we're getting a Rhythm Heaven.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna come back to that here in a minute too with Tomodachi, but
Oh yeah. Let's see. They gave a whole segment on the virtual game card thing, which if you want super details, go watch the direct. But high level, basically you can now lend your digital games to friends and family for set amounts of time if you are
in
either
the same family group and are physically in the same location to be able to do it.
I don't think you have to be in the same room if they're part of your family. I
That
think
part I wasn't clear.
it's
100% clear on.
from what I understand, you
sounded-
can lend people a game. You can lend anybody a game if they're in the same room with you. But if they're in your specific Switch family of up to 8 people, then you can lend games to other people in your family without having to be in the same room. And they can give it back whenever they want, or it just automatically goes back to you after 2 weeks if they don't give it back before then. And you can re-lend it out. I think you can lend out up to 3 games at a time. And yeah, it's basically just a prosumer update to how digital games work.
It's how Cameron and I, or I guess I do games already, where my primary is not logged in on my consoles, so
Oh,
people
yeah.
can play my games.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just a more official way to do that. The
Mhm.
difference is by
I'm not logged out of
ignoring
my
it.
games
Well,
on my way.
I think it depends, right? Because like you still, yeah, your way you'd be locked. You want to be locked out because you could
Right.
play, like if you have say Mario Kart digitally, right? And you put yourself as the prime on a second Switch, then someone on the second Switch can play Mario Kart and you can play Mario Kart. But with the digital cards, you cannot do that because only one
So-
person's going to have access to the cartridge, like a physical
Oh.
game. There was a lot of people like angry about this. They're like, it's going to shut down the exploit, and it's like, if it
It's
was
not
going to
an
shut that
exploit, and I
down,
highly doubt it.
yeah, if it was going to shut it down, they would have already shut it down.
No, for sure. I think that's pretty cool.
Not bad.
Anything like pro consumer.
I mean, you
I'm
don't
always
have
down
like
for.
the thing is, you don't have to do it for every single game either. Because at least from my understanding, you select the games you want to put in.
Yeah.
So like, don't put the games that you want. Duh.
But yeah, so it's coming in an update in late April. It will work with Switch and Switch 2. And there's a couple more, fine print. Make sure you understand the steps. Go look it up if you're interested in it. But it's a cool feature. Glad to see that. Weird to see Nintendo be prosumer like this. This is, especially with the software updates and sharing games, they very much, have always wanted a lot of money. So this is
Kind of crazy. Yeah.
it's almost off-putting, yeah, but I'm not gonna complain.
Mm.
No, yeah. I'm very happy for it.
Yeah. Um, High on Life, new game shown off. Star Overdrive, new game shown off. Wandering Village, King of
I don't
Meat.
like
guess-
isn't a new game. It's just
Yes.
going on to Switch.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
coming to Switch.
Right.
Yeah.
High on Life is the Rick and Morty voice actor.
Right.
Yeah, because I've already
Star
played
Overdrive.
that game on PC.
What Star Overdrive? Images are not helping me. Something I think will run bad on Switch.
Wandering Village was that game about like living on the back of a like gigantic dinosaur essentially. Like a city on top
Right.
of a big monster that roamed around and you could like make the monster roam to different areas for different
Right.
resources.
City building game. Right. Don't care. This was all like the quick run through, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all the indie games. King of Meat, Lose Lagoon, let's see, Fantasy Life 1, The Girl Who Steals Time.
Oh, interesting. This was a 3DS game.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore, but it was
Saga Frontier 2 Remastered is out now.
cool.
Monument
Never played
Valleys
that franchise.
1 and 2 will be available in 2 weeks, April 15th. Monument Valley
the
3 is
puzzle.
coming out this summer. Yeah, some puzzle games, indie puzzle games.
Puzzle games, yep.
Um,
And Everybody Golfs is getting a new game.
yeah,
Switch.
Everybody's Golf Hot Shots, the golf series most famous for its entry on the PlayStation Vita,
Yep.
will now have one on Switch. Marvel Cosmic Invasion, new generic Marvel game. Didn't really seem very captivating coming out this holiday.
Very small roster, from what they said.
Yeah.
But yeah, beat 'em up.
And as we've alluded to, Tomodachi Life Living the Dream coming out sometime next year.
Oh yeah.
It's Me's on an island.
Which they were already on an island.
Yeah, but now it's a selling point for some reason.
I don't think Tomodachi Life's worth $60.
Well, a lot
No.
of people think Tomodachi Life 1 is worth $100.
Apparently, I'm wrong, but I've played.
Let's see if price charting's dropped. It's been a few days since the announcement. I've been meaning to like check this.
You want to know if it went up or down?
I have a feeling it's going to go down. There it is. I mean, it's down. I think like. No, there's not enough data. But it doesn't look like there's been any sold since the day of the direct. Yeah.
That's good.
So, but yeah, it's sitting at $117 loose.
That's crazy.
Right now,
it's
I'm
not
price
worth
charting.
that, dude. It ain't worth that.
It's not a bad game, but it's not.
I'm trying to think of like an app. It's like Sims, I guess, is the closest thing. But you can't do as much as you can do in Sims.
I was gonna say Sims has a lot more freedom.
It's Sims if it was mostly focused on socializing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of about it. It's about drama and developing fake gossip and
that's fine,
fake
okay.
interactions.
And marriages.
Yeah, marriages.
Fake
and
marriages, yeah.
Making songs where you sing about things that I would not like to say on the show. But yeah, so new Tomodachi Life coming out next year. Now we can all have Tomodachi Life again, and hopefully Tomodachi Life can come down in price so I can get a case for it because I don't have it at a case, but I've got it loose.
Dude, the actually insane thing is the fact that like
Oh, the box is only $10 already. I can
it's
do that.
going. That's not bad.
Nah.
Like Tomodachi Life is going to like be one of those like Animal Crossing or Sim style games where it just has its own portion of YouTube and whatnot, because it's just like here's stupid casual game that just it's just easy to talk to people during, and it's like,
Yeah.
but there's nothing going on. Like there's less going on in that one. Will I buy it?
I don't care, bro.
Probably, but I don't know if I
Crazy.
want to pay full price for that
I was
one.
gonna say
They're gonna have to do something like
you would not
a
catch
mini
me day
game. That one's gonna have like a bunch of mini games or something to be like, yep, this is worth paying $60 for.
Yeah.
Mm.
Now, you will catch me day one at the Minecraft movie. That's for sure.
That's this week,
fucking
right?
Crazy, bro.
I
Yeah,
thought
should
you
be,
weren't
right?
gonna be on it.
What
Day
day is
one.
it?
Wait, let's find out. April 4th.
That's
Y'all will be
Thursday.
in
We could go
town.
I would say
Oh,
that's
God.
Thursday.
Oh,
We
no.
are
Go
in
with
town.
day one.
No,
No.
we are in
Wait.
town.
No, legit. That's Thursday. We could go after me and Coop get out of class.
bro, that's no, that's not.
Wait, is
That's
that
Friday.
Thursday?
That's
That is
Friday.
Kyle, take off
Oh.
work. Please take off work.
Hold up. Let me check my schedule. Actually.
That's
We are in
Alright.
town. Oh no, we've been cursed with the Minecraft movie.
I would consider it blessed more than cursed, personally.
Literally, you're
Look,
lucky,
look.
Alex.
look.
Yeah, no.
I will go as long as I don't have to pay for my own ticket.
What?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'll get off at 7 on Friday. We actually could go after. I
We
get off of
actually
work.
could go. Dude, I'm
Low-key, we
actually,
should,
I'm
dude. That'd
actually
be
kind of
fun.
down, bro.
That'd actually be kind of fun.
We'll talk about it off the show.
But
We're
yeah.
gonna spend an
Yeah, we'll
hour
talk once we're
talking.
done.
Okay,
Yeah.
That sounds
But,
fine to me.
dude, that's so funny.
That's hilarious, dog.
But yeah, Tomodachi Life, I don't know. It's not worth $60 in my opinion.
No,
but
it's not.
hopefully 40 at the most, but I doubt it. No,
Oh, it's definitely not going to be 4. Well, No, because
If we're lucky, it'll be 50.
Prime was, but then like
That's Prime
Donkey Kong
was
wasn't, and it should have been, and
Pikmin
Luigi's
1
Mansion
and
should have been.
Pikmin 1 and 2 was
30
50,
bucks at
right?
each. Yeah.
And there are people who are so obsessed with the series they will buy it.
True.
Alex, easy.
What?
True.
No.
Alex is gonna buy it day one, bro.
You're so obsessed with Tomodachi, bro.
He's gonna pre-order it 100 days out.
I didn't like the first game.
Don't you have
I've
your?
got like. It's not even in my case over there because I didn't like it.
I mean, I enjoyed it when I was 17,
Likely story's good.
but
It's an alright game, but it's not like something I would be like, oh, I gotta play
No.
it, bro. Nah.
Nah, bro. I'm living for the Tomodachi life.
oh, you know what? I'm happy for you. I'm glad you're living for it.
I played Sims like
Thanks, dog.
6 months apart, put a few hours in it, go, that was a good time, and then don't play it again for a while.
Mhm.
That's my
Yeah.
life sim if I want to play one.
I'd also like to point out that the reason that it spiked up so much, like the 3DS one, was because of Scott.
Really?
Because he did a video on it. Yeah, he did a video on it,
Oh.
and then it spiked up because I saw one of the Nintendo subreddits talking about it.
Yeah, it went from in January of 2023, so a little over 2 years ago, it was $34 loose. And then in January 2024, it went up to about 70 bucks, 73 bucks. And then all
Okay,
of a
maybe he
sudden,
didn't do as much damage.
well, it depends on
no,
when the
'cause
video
part of
came
that was
out.
when the closing was, right?
November
I think-
2024 was $90, and then December 2024 it went up to 150. And then it dropped back down in January to like 110 again. But it spiked hard around Christmas.
I think it'd just be Christmas, honestly.
Probably. All right, last for the Nintendo Direct. They gave a thanks for Nintendo Direct becoming such an awesome thing and everybody watching.
that's
They
sick.
released a new app called Nintendo Today. If you somehow weren't already following Wario64 on Twitter for gaming stuff and you need Nintendo directly injected into your arms, you can download
I
the
do.
Nintendo Today app. It sucks and it's boring and it's pointless, but it's a little cute. So
It has. I like the
the-
animations. The
yeah,
animations are cute.
it's got charm, but it's stupid and pointless. So don't expect anything exciting. But if you want a little cute Nintendo app, it is cute.
So I did see discussions about it. It feels like it's more that Nintendo keeps getting burned by social medias. So they're just like, fuck it. We're gonna have our own platform where we can safely do everything. You know?
Nintendo's quest to fight leakers is futile.
Mm-hmm.
But damn it if they aren't gonna try. And yeah, Switch 2 news will be available daily in the new news app after the direct this week. So I guess maybe use that too. Although honestly, if you want
Yeah.
anything in a timely manner in a way where you could get a pre-order or something, go to Twitter.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so before we go into Collector's Corner, let's get an overall rating. What are we feeling about the direct?
I feel pretty good. Like,
Seems like there's some good stuff.
I think it's pretty solid.
I
but I
feel-
was excited more out the gate
Like-
because they got like 3 things. I was like, heck yeah, heck yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a
I think there's-
7.5.
I was gonna say like seven's a good score because like it's pretty solid, but there's like some filler.
There's a
feel like-
lot.
Filler's fine.
It's definitely this is our last major Switch One Direct. You know? I like that they're reviving some series.
Dude, Rhythm Heaven.
It was nice to get the fact that we got such big info about Prime 4 kind of leads me to believe that we are close to it releasing or closer than we might expect it, anyways. So, not bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I'm probably gonna go lower. I'm probably gonna say like a 5, because like
Whoa.
Rhythm
That's
Heaven
not
is cool, but that's over a year out for a rhythm game. Why'd you show me that? Metroid Prime
Fair.
same for
4,
Tomodachi Life.
yeah, Tomodachi Life, eh. Like I get it has its fans, but personally, eh. Metroid Prime 4, like, yeah, that's cool, and we got a little bit new information, but nothing that's like, oh wow. It's more just like, here's the color scheme for this game, because they always change that. Oh my god, there's gonna be new enemies. It's a new Metroid game. Like, nothing that's really, whoa. The psychic abilities thing is basically the only thing there.
But that's
And
that's
like,
the psychic abilities kind of leads me to believe that we're close-ish to the release date, but like I'm basing that more on the fact that E3 had Mario with Cappy, and then we got the release date a couple months later.
yeah.
But
It's not because it's a 5 because this direct can't be great because of the kind of direct it is. This is a direct, like we said, it's
it is
house cleaning.
required to not be great.
It's getting all the stupid stuff out of the way, all the small stuff, all the not interesting stuff out of the way, so
That's
that
fair.
this week we can focus on the Switch 2. I don't think it's bad. It's like, yeah, it's
required to
lackluster.
be lackluster.
It's purposefully lackluster. Yeah. So like, it's fine. I don't care. I was not wowed and I was not disappointed because I knew it was going to be mediocre going in before. So it's, don't get me wrong, I'm excited about Metroid just as much as the next guy. Okay, on to Collector's Corner, the weekly segment where we talk about the games we've been playing and the games we've been buying. We spin a wheel to determine who goes. I'm on like week 3 or 4 of a streak, something like that.
You're on
We'll
week
see
4.
let's see if I can
Yeah.
hold it. Spin the wheel. Oh no, I'm dying. I'm falling. Cooper's up first. What you got?
Yo, okay, hang on.
I was
see.
expecting more hype from that. Like, let's
I
go.
was-
Grant's not first.
My bad. I was getting food I was getting dinner. Um, but no, that is kind of crazy. Grant, you suck. All right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I suck.
Grant, it's because you got engaged, obviously.
Yeah. I suck.
I swallow, so it's okay.
Whoa.
So let's see.
Right there on the interwebs, you can't recover.
Let's see. That is crazy. Moving forward.
Yeah,
Let's
moving
see. I played a little, like, literally the littlest bit of Among Us to buy the Yakuza stuff, the Cosmic Cube.
Yeah.
Logged
Okay.
out, said, I'll do that when I'm, actually have time to do stuff. And then last night I played Deep Rock Galactic with Kyle,
Yes, sir.
and then I think it was Wednesday. No, yes. I can't remember, but we went out with Barrett to do disc golf
Yeah, it was Thursday.
Thursday. That was good.
Yeah, because Wednesday we went to the gym and then went to disc golf just to the two of us.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah. And then had the test on Thursday, and then we'll see how that went. And yeah, honestly, not much in terms of games.
All right. Short and sweet. Test heavy focus this week. Let's see who's up next.
Literally.
Understand.
So close. Come on. No. Dude, it was almost me, but Kyle's up. Why do Cooper and
Let's
Kyle always
go.
go? It's one of them
Like,
and then it's the other
literally.
one. It's always. They
Dude,
never
it's
go
always-
separate.
It's
Freaking
Destiny, bro.
go. Well, as Cooper said, we played Deep Rock Galactic last night. I also played a lot of Deep Rock Galactic on my own, because that game is great. Um, I am currently playing game about digging a hole because I saw Markiplier played it and I thought it
How
was
is that?
funny.
I have not
So,
watched that, but
it is satisfying, but don't expect much. If
if
that
nothing
helps.
else, I should watch that Markiplier video.
Yeah, you should definitely watch the video. The video
Okay.
is entertaining.
Okay.
But yeah, the game itself is, again, it's satisfying. It's fun to just like sit there and move dirt, but it's nothing to write home about. Like it's nothing, you know,
Yeah.
It's no
super crazy.
Minecraft.
But it's definitely time wasty, and that's that's a good game in my opinion if it wastes time.
Well, there you go.
And then I played like probably an hour of um Civilization 7,
Mm.
and then I played some Marvel Rivals, and I think that's about all the like video games I played. I honestly have probably spent a total of like 7 or 8 hours on my PC this week. I've not spent a ton of time online, which really good because I went
7 or 8
out to play
hours
disc golf
is
with
a
for
lot.
7 days. Over the course of 7 days, that is not much.
I can't. I know what you're saying. It feels like that's a lot for me, but also that's still kind of BS. I think I just don't understand how time works. I'm gonna stop talking. You keep going. Time is an
All
illusion.
right.
We knew that.
Anyway, yeah, I went out to play disc golf with Barrett and Cooper both on Thursday. Played disc golf with Cooper, just the two of us, both Tuesday and Wednesday. Went to the gym, so it's been a very fun week.
True.
We're gonna go to the. Are we still going to the gym tomorrow? Right.
Yeah, I got you.
I bet. So, yeah, plans being made, all that sort of deal.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty. Spin the wheel. Who's up next? Alex, you're up.
Okay, cool.
I guess I'm gonna start my going last
Last
streak
start.
again. Yeah, time to go last for a month now.
Cameron.
I'm still in this.
Yeah, Cameron is fighting to the death for last place with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cameron
Okay,
always finishes
so
last.
Cooper wasn't the only by Among Us stuff. Cameron and I also did. But
That's
Cameron
true.
and
That's
I actually played Among Us.
Dude.
And by played Among Us, we mean we booted
AFK.
it and we did our AFK strat to earn the pets so that we could do a video on it.
That
Oh,
video's already got like 200 views, so that's pretty good.
So did y'all
Yeah.
both buy it or just one of y'all?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, we both bought it because
Crazy.
it's rare that I actually want one, so I bought
That's
it.
fair.
It has 212 right now, which isn't
Yeah.
crazy or anything, but like Among Us, it also isn't
It's
as
like 100
big.
times the viewership of this podcast.
Right, exactly. Like Kyle, I also played Marvel Rivals, but I still haven't finished grinding out the event because I'm lazy.
Me neither. But I
Oh.
also don't play a ton, so.
A bit of Tomb Raider Legend. I did the Japan level, which is a lot of fun. Cameron and I have been playing Split Fiction, which is great. There's some aggravating parts, but for the most part, but that's more like on a completionist end, I would argue, besides the controls for the flying vehicles.
It's not even that they're
I
inverse.
just-
Is that some of the hitboxes
Oh, they were
feel
inverse too. I forgot they were inverse when we started, and we both went no, so we changed those.
some of the hitboxes feel bigger than they should be. Not sure why. They just do. Oh,
And then I've been watching anime. because I've got Crunchyroll. Most of it's just like starting things, watching a few episodes, seeing if I can get into it. But the one I did get into is one called Higurashi When They Cry. The problem I found, though, as I'm finishing the first season,
You
is
should watch Bebop.
this is not the first season of the anime. This is more like the 5th season of the anime.
Hmm.
And it's more like the way the anime split is more like Dragon Ball split, where it's like different subtitles.
Hmm.
You should watch Bebop.
You should watch Bebop and you should watch JoJo.
True.
Although I think
I
JoJo's
don't
on
think
Netflix now.
I don't think I've seen either of those.
Oh, dude, JoJo. I mean, JoJo and Bebop both really. They're both just 10 out of 10.
Solid.
Masterpieces.
Yeah.
You should also watch Hellsing. Hellsing.
Helsing is good, dude.
Phenomenal.
Helsing is good.
Kyle, like we mentioned before, the most
Yeah,
I
I've
remember about
seen-
Helsing is Helsing Abridged with Grant.
Yeah, that's what
I
I've
just spent,
love
like, an
Helsing
entire
Abridged,
weekend.
dude.
Hellsing Abridged is hilarious, but the show itself is actually a good show.
Oh, I'm sure. That's what I remember about Helsing is watching Abridged with Grant.
Yeah, Hellsing Abridged is hilarious, but
Yeah,
the
that
show
was-
itself is
That
actually
was some
very good.
quality YouTube content
You know what-
back in the day.
You know what I'm looking forward to watching? You know what I'm
What?
The Minecraft movie.
No, the Among Us TV show, guys.
That's
we
not out
haven't
yet.
talked about it in a while.
I know they haven't said a word. It's been like
He
Really?
he was gonna say the Minecraft movie, but then you guessed it, so he had to think of something
then
else.
you guess it. I had to change it. Yeah, thanks, Alex.
Hey, that wasn't me. That was Cameron.
What was it, Cameron? Oh, my fault.
Yeah, what's the
Thanks,
difference?
Cameron. Literally, same person.
Rude.
Cannot tell.
Racist.
What?
Racist is.
I
so
really
Racist
want to
is so
interrogate that
crazy.
question, but I'm gonna execute my adultness and move on. Do you have anything else, Alex?
Not on my list right now. I don't know. Work was long, and the shifts were long, and then they were like, "Do you come in early?" And I was like, "Sure."
Come in early, stay late.
Yep.
I got out of the
Yeah.
stay late part, even though they had a meeting last night. I was like, "But do I have to stay?" And they were like, "Are you a college participant?" I was like, "No." Then you can leave. Okay, bye. That won't make sense.
Good night.
Good night. I got an umbrella. Work gave me a free umbrella.
Congratulations.
It says
Oh,
Art
huge.
of Animation on it, and it's
Gigantic.
big. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
Let's see
Yeah,
who's
who's
going
going
last. It is me, Karen. You're up.
All right.
I hate that guy.
You're either first or last, Greg.
That's what I'm
it
saying.
just wants you on the
I-
Well,
Sorry.
that's
chart.
not true. I had a 2 week streak. Of the last 5 before this one, I was 4 of them. Okay, so first things first. A certain game was on sale, so I bought it.
Hey,
$20.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
dude, that game for $20 is a steal of a game. That game is
What
so
game
good.
was it?
Super Mario RPG.
Super Mario RPG for
For Switch, yeah. Because that's one of those games that I kept meaning to buy, and then Alex was like, "Hey, it's $20 at GameStop," and I'm like, "Well, I'm not ordering it from GameStop. That'll
Wow.
make up the savings."
Gay and
So,
retarded, honestly.
True. So I looked up the close GameStops, and the one I knew where it was had it, and I was like, "All right, let's go over there." They didn't have it out on the shelf. Like, they didn't even have any sort of copy on the shelf. So I had to go up to the counter and be like, "Hey, y'all get a copy of this?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, every other Mario game is on the shelf. Why is this one not?
You're expecting a GameStop to be coordinated?
Literally.
That's on me, honestly.
Yeah, it is. Big
Um,
mistake. That's a rookie mistake.
Big
should know
big
better.
mistake. Big mistake. That's so true. Honestly, I have expected them to tell me I should have pre-ordered it.
And you know what?
I
They
mean,
would have been right to do so.
they-
You should
they
have pre-ordered
told
it.
Kyle, you probably don't know this story, Back when Mario Kart 8 Deluxe released and they had the Switch wheels, I went, to buy them because Mom and Haley use them. And GameStop straight up told me, we don't get a lot we don't get all the Nintendo peripherals. You should have pre-ordered. I'm like, the game just released and these are Switch wheels. Nobody's pre-ordering these. So I walked over to Best Buy instead.
Bruh. Wild.
Crazy, right? Let's see. Played some more 3D Land, making some decent progress on that.
Cameron, have you ever beaten Mario RPG? Have you
No, so I played probably about a little over half, and then Cooper had a save in what's it the because we played it on the virtual console,
Mhm.
and Cooper had a rewind save or whatever it's called. You know what I'm talking about? The save states.
Yeah.
He had a
I
save
had a
state, and it erased all my data. So
Wow.
I didn't go back.
Dude.
Womp womp.
Shouts out
That's
the
crazy.
OG Minecraft server we spent like a week building. Cooper and his ability to delete things as a child was unmatched.
Unmatched. That's so true. But yeah.
You
So
laugh
no,
now. At the time, I was thinking that was like my Hitler moment. We were like, what, 13 or something? Dude, I was cracking mentally. That's like a fresh teenager.
yeah, that was
That-
not great. Cooper
Oh,
Cooper is
no.
unmatched for deleting stuff, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, the memory card in the GameCube, and I
Was that your fault? I thought it just corrupted.
no, remember because I was going up the stairs carrying the GameCube,
Oh,
I
you dropped it.
tripped and I dropped it straight onto the memory card.
Oh yeah, you
Hilarious.
did do that. Cooper is a classic at
Dude,
that.
the time I went to Grady's house and we were playing Brawlhalla, and I took a sec and I sat down on his mom's bed, and instantly it went and broke, and I broke his mom's bed.
What? That's not even the same thing.
He's a
Dude.
destructive menace.
Dude, Grady
That's
literally
not
calls me
even the
Wreck-It
same
Ralph.
thing.
Grady literally calls me Wreck-It Ralph because I just break stuff.
You are.
Checks out.
For
I
you,
didn't know
Cooper's
that
like, if we're
one.
confessing sins, I'm confessing.
Okay, well, good to
Um,
know. Well,
Good to know. Good
You're
to know.
welcome. Yeah.
Let's see
Good
what
to know.
else.
Don't let Cooper near anything you hold precious.
Anything ever. That's so true. Let's see what else. What else? I played some more Minecraft. Also, wait. Oh, I
Game
played.
started, but okay.
That's crazy. I so I don't know if my redstone knowledge is just too lacking for it, or if Minecraft is just so Minecraft that my idea is too complicated. But I don't think I can move things the way I want to with my color changing flying machine. So I'm at an impasse for now. That's what I decided. I also did some of the movie level stuff, trying to get that cape.
I haven't done
That
any of that.
it's pain. It's pain.
There's people theorize this is going to be a rare cape.
Yeah, because you actually have to earn it. Like there is so much to do to earn it, dude.
Do you have Yearn for the Mind yet, Cooper? I guess
He
he's
can't.
mined
He
out.
literally can't because
No.
Yeah.
it's like right before. There's 12 days of it.
What? Wait.
Yeah, or well, six. It's six quest, but it's over 12 days. Like every other
So
day,
wait. So if
there's
you
a
miss
new
a day,
quest.
are you? Is it over, or can you? Pick up
No,
whenever?
I
Okay,
I
okay.
imagine that it's like the last one where you can do it all in the same day,
Okay, that'd be
but
good.
there's
It's gonna
6
take
days worth of
forever.
quest.
That's
One of the
that's literally
quests
gonna
is
take
literally
forever.
kill 200 mobs, but like that's
Brother.
not the first quest.
Brother.
It's insane.
This sounds awful.
So yeah, I
still
think
gonna do it though.
I'm waiting for that one.
Do you have the other 2 capes, Cooper?
No, I don't have any of them.
All you have to do
I
for
didn't
the
know they
other
dropped
2
them.
is watch 3 minutes
Twitch
of
and TikTok.
TikTok.
I am not watching TikTok, bro.
I spent $2 to not watch TikTok.
Okay, that's also crazy.
Who cares? Is that rude? I don't mean to sound rude, but who
No, you're
gives a
fair.
shit? I'm not
No,
watching
bro.
TikTok. I'm not killing any mobs. I don't want that. I can't even see the damn cape. It's first person. Who
That's so
plays in
true.
third
Grant's
person?
like-
Nobody plays in third person.
Grant's like, I earned that last cape, and I can't even see it.
Yeah, I did that last cape, and the only thing I thought the entire time I was doing it was, why the fuck am I doing this? It's like, this is not fun at all. And I don't
This
care,
is-
it's a
this is
stupid
a-
cape.
I just
It's like,
why
this is a
Cooper-
grind, and it doesn't even
Cooper
get
do
it.
And then I don't even think Cooper got it.
No, I got it free.
It's like,
never
this is a grind for a cape I'm not using.
Yeah, wait a
Or I'm not-
minute.
I can't
I
see. What's
hate
the point?
grinding.
Like Alex said, we played Split Fiction. We played Among Us.
Oh, Cameron,
Um,
I found out how to unlock the secret level. That's super hard, apparently.
Nice.
So we're
Okay,
gonna do that.
We'll
when we
do
get to
that.
it.
I played a little bit of Splatoon 3 to get cosmetics. Ironically, same path. Why am I doing this? I'm not even gonna use them.
Wait a minute, I hate.
Wait a minute, I hate Turf War. Yeah, Springfest is coming. So they put out new cosmetics, so I grabbed them for the sake of grabbing them, and they're going to sit in my inventory. They sure will. Been playing more Zelda. Apparently, I'm fucking stupid. So
Yes, me too.
early on in the game, right? I went to Eventide Isle because I was like, oh, I know where that is. I will go take it on. Yeah. Got my ass handed to me a lot by the boat. Did not realize that after defeating the boat, there's a shrine in the back. So, I was looking at the map, I'm like, that's funny. Says there's a shrine underneath, but I didn't see it. I went back, I'm like, fucking, you gotta get, this was one of the first shrines I could have had.
Are you
It happens to the best of us, bud.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was great. And then I played Game of the Week. Yeah, I've got some thoughts on that one.
Mhm.
And
Oh, yeah,
then
good game of the week.
I think that's everything. Oh, I tried to build a server. And then realized I don't have a hard drive to do it. But
I remember you talking
in
about
theory,
that,
yeah, in theory, realization, if we get a hard drive and an OS, Alex could use the box I was trying to use for the server and have a computer that can actually run.
I doubt it. Those parts are all over the place in that computer. Like
No, it
eardrops.
runs. I can get it to run. Look,
Dude.
anything is better than your machine.
I run too, but I don't
How
run well.
dare you?
It's
But
not
you
an
don't even have
insult,
any
it's
room
just
to-
a fact.
I was like, you don't even have any room to say anything about that.
We're not judging you personally off of your computer, Alex, I promise.
Yeah.
Well, speak for
so-
yourself.
I'm
I am.
I was going to say we could, like, if you want us to. We can make that change. Okay,
So,
well,
yeah,
I guess I'll finish this off here. Let's see, I've got a lot to cover. Yeah, so got engaged. Saw the
Let's go.
Smoky Mountains. Smoky Mountains are very
huge.
nice. Plan to go back to Gatlinburg probably next year and do this again, but a little longer. now that
like
we-
I said, Chelsea's very jealous of you going to the Smokies. So
we can talk. We can make something happen.
you tell yourself.
But the
Congratulations. Okay.
thank you. The mountains are beautiful. We got some places that we want to hike to when we go back because we didn't bring any hiking gear since it was just the weekend. Or really, we didn't know what we were doing until we got there. We kind of just winged it the whole time.
Right. Okay.
There's like some cool single seat roller coasters all over the place in that area.
Yeah, like mountain coasters.
Yeah, and those look super
Use them?
cool. Didn't get to
Yeah, those are
didn't get
really
to do them,
fun.
but I know I will be doing that when we go back. Played
Ooh.
3 rounds of mini golf. Um,
Nice.
kicked Jules'
That's
butt.
huge.
Let's go.
Although to be honest, it was an easier one. Like obviously it's for kids normally, but like this place was really for kids. A lot of the holes kind of like did that little conical sinking into the hole, kind of like in the game.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Instead of just
So that
being
makes
flat.
it way easier.
Yeah. And also
Cause-
the scorecard is a cheap web UI. Like you scan a QR code to access it, and I thought you scanned the QR code to be like, okay, yeah, you get the digital one, you fill it out. No, it's literally like a list. I could have programmed this as an assignment in college. Like I literally
Not
I
great.
literally programmed stuff like this in college. It's like 2 boxes or 1 box per player and a plus or minus. You can add numbers between 0 and 5 to the maintaining record. There is no scorecard. There is no grid. There's nothing to get at the end that even turns it into a scorecard so you can screenshot it. It's just a number tracker that you increment and decrement at will. It sucks.
bruh.
It was so stupid. So I didn't have a scorecard to
That's
post. We tried to track just to have one to post in the Discord, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, it would have been better just to open up Excel at that point.
I know, yeah, right? Like bring my Surface and just track it with Excel. But whatever. So after that we gave up and didn't track the other two.
Well, the one at Disney that we might do does have
Physical score trackers.
physical scorecards, and they are not divots at the end, except maybe like 1 or 2. Like most of them are, you have to get it in.
The last one on Fantasia, it is a divot, but you can still fuck it up.
Yeah. We went to a winery and a cider place. One was in Sevierville where we were staying. One was in Gatlinburg. Got some nice wines and ciders. I got one.
Did you go to the Sevierville Bucky's?
Yeah, and it was a horrible experience. Not because it's Bucky's.
That's hilarious.
I'll tell that story in a sec.
That is the biggest Bucky's in the nation, though, in the world, really. Fun fact.
So got some good wines. Got this peach ginger cider that tastes fantastic, and I cannot wait. I'm gonna hopefully try to save it until we go to the beach in July because I feel like that's gonna be bliss drinking that on the beach. But yeah, I got a few of them. Cracked the first one last night. It's like a plum and apricot wine that tastes like Jolly Ranchers. Very good.
Oh, is this what you and Paige were talking about in the Discord?
Yes.
Okay.
And I also had a coupon to get some free wine glasses from one of the places because we bought a few bottles. So got some very
Nice.
nice
Oh, that's
stamped
cool.
wine glasses too. Yeah, ate some good food, had a good time. Just kind of wung it. Got away for a couple days was really all it was. Nothing big deal. So that was really good. On to
No big deal other than getting engaged.
This is
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I say no big deal, and everyone's like that. And I'm like, yeah, we've kind of
That
already
one.
been married for like 5 years, so
That's also true.
I feel nothing because I already feel like we've been like this for a while. So
Yeah.
You gotta lie to people and say you did feel something, though, Grant.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
definitely.
obviously I'm excited, but I'm no more excited than I was before because
I
we've.
felt
I mean-
absolutely nothing whenever I proposed to my wife. It was another day.
It was funny. I did get a little nervous in the moment, even though I was like, "Why would she say no?" Because we
For the meme.
like not only did we like have we basically already been married for quite a while, but like we've talked about it. So like I don't know why it's just like a unconscious reaction, but I was getting a little nervous. It was
No,
funny.
it's fair.
Over to the game stuff. I got my cases, my beautiful Pokemon cases.
Yeah, let's go. I
so
saw you post them.
Now I am down to just Soul Silver, and I'll have everything. I am very satisfied. I got my replacement faceplate in for my micro, so she is clean and fully restored to OEM with no scratches and a proper faceplate that's blue now. Um, I let's see. Oh yeah, I got a copy of Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire since I got the case. I was like, screw it, I'll just go ahead and buy a copy. That's pretty fun for a pinball game, not gonna lie.
Yeah, they're
It's not stellar,
Yeah.
but
good.
for a
I
pinball
got it
game,
for
it's pretty
Christmas
fun.
a long time ago. It's a pretty
Yeah,
fun game.
that was pretty good.
And you can evolve Pokemon weirdly in the game, but it's really
Yeah,
good.
I've played a few
Yeah, but
hours of it.
I don't think there's a way to actually like transfer anything over, but it's a good time.
There's a Pokedex, which is funny.
Kind of have to, right?
Yeah,
What I mean,
I guess. I've played Stardew Valley a good bit. I'm into Winter of Year One. I've got the greenhouse, still working on that. So I've only got 2 things left to buy from Joja, which is exciting.
nice.
Because then once I do that, I'm probably just gonna stop playing that one and go back to my 100% complete save because that one is I just need more time in it. Played.
There's some different stuff after the complete JoJo with that one that I know about, but I'd prefer not to get into.
Yeah, there is, but like, it doesn't give me any achievements, so I'm not interested.
Heard.
I'm gonna have to spend like another 100 hours on my other save just to get completion probably. So, my time is limited.
Right.
I played Harvest Moon, Friends of Mineral Town a little bit. I played a lot of Pokemon Emerald. I beat Flannery. I beat Norman, and I am in Four Tree City now. I've done enough to get to Four Tree. I've
Wow,
got
moving through it.
Yeah, I've got a Blaziken now. I'm working on evolving my Aaron into something that is not a tiny baby.
Yay.
Um,
Not as good as Grovyle
didn't
or
ask.
Sceptile.
Literally didn't ask.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That
That
is
is so
crazy.
wild.
I played Mega Man Battle Network. I tried that finally.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ooh.
For as much as I love the Game Boy Advance, there is so much of that library that I have not explored. So I'm working on that.
Because you
That's
were
why
a
I got
child,
this.
so you only had games that your parents would give you.
Yeah, I know, but I've had the ability to check out Game Boy Advance games for quite some time, and I've just never have. But I got the flash cart, so that's why I'm working on it. It's encouraging. I played Battle. It's pretty. It's a very interesting RPG. It's
Is that the one that has 2 versions, or is that a different Mega Man?
So Mega Man
there's like
Battle
6
Network,
different Battle Network games.
their sequel games, they had trouble porting them for a while because of real life things in them, like Pikmin, and they wanted to keep it accurate. But like 2 devs worked hard to get the licenses renewed.
Hmm.
If I've got the right game in my head, I know it's a Mega Man game, and I'm pretty sure it's that series.
But yeah, it's really good. It's like a grid-based real-time strategy RPG. Um,
So like Fire Emblem.
The real
yes,
time.
but yeah, real-time and like the
Not anime.
similarities end at it's a grid-based battle. That's where the
Mhm.
similarities end. The mechanics are pretty different, but they are. It's really cool. I'm impressed with the art style and the graphical. I don't know. The graphics are pretty impressive for being on a Game Boy Advance. I know that's a pretty low bar, but for being essentially what is a SNES game, it looks pretty good.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna try to play some more of that. Sprinkle that in here and there. Um, let's see. Oh yeah, last thing I wanted to talk about was oh 2 things I forgot almost. USB-C port on the GBASP feels really really wrong. I'm still kind of uncomfortable with it. I don't know why this mod bothers me so much and why I've avoided it for so long. Because honestly, the conveniency of turning a Game Boy into a USB chargeable device is unmatched. You know how nice it was to throw this in my bag to go to Gatlinburg and not have to worry about having a stupid
A
specific
different
charger?
cord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
That
charges the
is
same
nice.
cord as my phone, the same cord as my Steam Deck, and the same cord as my Surface. So I can continue now to keep my travel bag, my tech bag, all USB
Very,
C,
very
all one
light.
cord, all very unanimous. It's very nice, extremely convenient. The only downside
But
is
mentally,
that
it's wrong.
yeah, it is pretty wrong. You do have to use like a purposefully worse USB C cable. I don't
Because
think it can
otherwise it's
use C
too
to C
strong.
charging. Yeah, like a charger for your phone that like is like a super fast charger probably will not charge this because there's no voltage on that rail. Actually, the first time I plugged it in, I used that kind of charger because that's the one I keep on my desk for my phone, and it wasn't working, and I was like, oh shit, here I go. I knew I should have done this, and then I was like, wait, no, this is a Game Boy, simple. So I went and grabbed the dinkiest USB-C cable I could find, and plugged it into the just a 5 volt thing, and it worked perfectly fine. So I do have to carry a low power brick for it, but it works great. It charges very fast,
Well,
and the
I will
convenience
say
is
brick is
unmatched.
significantly less cumbersome to put in a bag than having to maintain another wire.
Yeah.
You know,
Um, so that was super nice. I gave it a full run through when I was in Gatlinburg. I've been using my analog pocket case because obviously it's good for any Game Boy, um, even the SP. So throw that in there, and yeah, great mod. I'm so glad I did it. Now it's gamer rant time. I have this problem last week. The original Nintendo DS is better in every single way to the DS Lite except the screens. I will die on that hill. Maybe this is something we should have saved for that question we were talking about before the
I
show. But
don't have a DS to compare. I've only ever had a light, so I don't know. Have an
see,
opinion on it.
this is the problem. We've lived in ignorance, and I wish I could go back. Because now that I know, it bothers the hell out of me. The DS is easier to hold, it's thicker, it's better for like, American average hands.
Mhm.
Uh
Mhm.
the
Yeah, because it's
D-pad
closer
and
to two
buttons
Game Boy
are
Advances slapped on each other, right?
yes. Um the bigger size helps it, makes it feel more comfortable. It's a little more hefty, which, it could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on who you are. The buttons are less, they're not mushy like the DS Lite buttons are, but they're not clicky like the DSi buttons are either. They're like a hybrid of that. It's like a soft click. It feels great in the fingers. The GBA slot actually fully takes the GBA cartridge and doesn't stick out like a tumor. That makes me so nervous. I hate that. I love that the original DS uh, takes it all the way in, and I also like that it doesn't have a fully proprietary charger because, like, at least it goes with the GBA SP, and also since it has the GBA SP port, that means I can replace it with the USB C port pretty easily, so I can make that upgrade too. Everything about it is way better to me than the DS Lite, except the screens. The screens are objectively way worse. Uh, uh, it makes me. I'm very upset about it. I'm upset that I feel like I'm one step away from like the perfect DS, the original one. It's
Grant's
all
gonna
there
rip
except the
out the
screen.
screens.
And like, yeah, some people
Look,
are
I'm
gonna.
sure there's a mod at. If there's not one now, there will be in a couple years.
There's one for specific revisions of the original DS that give it control similar to a DS Lite, but it's not like replacing the screens. It's just like rewiring the backlight. Uh, so it doesn't fix the issue. It's like a band-aid. And if there is a mod that comes out for it, you bet your ass I'm gonna do that because it's just so much better than me. Like, I hate saying it because the DS Lite is what I grew up with. I'm so used to that form factor, but ever since I bought that DS in Iowa last year, I have been converted to an original DS fan, and it's really upsetting to me. I've been
Fair.
holding that in for like a week. I feel a lot better now. Thanks, guys.
This is the
Thanks.
real
Yeah.
reason we have the
Thanks.
podcast
Yeah.
for rants like this, where we because you say that to like anyone else, you're going to sound like an insane person.
Yeah, right. I can't talk about that to other people. They're gonna look at me funny and walk away and call
Oh,
me names.
oh, it's Grant. Why? Watch out! He's gonna go on another rant about the TS.
Yeah, that freaking loony.
So yeah, that's where I'm at. I have enjoyed rocking the DS with the R4 cart and the Omega Flash cart in it, kind of having like an all-in-one thing.
Mm.
But okay, that's rant over. I'm done.
Fair.
Played the game of the week too. Segueing straight into that game of the week, Metroid 2: Return of Samus.
Right before we start, though,
Mhm.
it should be noted we have been doing Download Station for a year now, as of the
Phew.
27th.
Last week.
Woo,
Yeah.
Oh.
Last podcast was,
Was
I
52,
believe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fast Fade's
Dude.
been dead for a year.
Let's
Well,
Um,
go.
it keeps coming back as a
Except
zombie.
not
It does come
really.
back.
Yeah.
Fast Bay has not come back as a zombie one time. What the hell are you talking about?
No, it has come back.
It
Yeah, it
has come
has.
back multiple times.
Not, yeah.
It's very easy
Kyle
to miss
misses
because
every week.
they when Fast Fate comes back, they deliver it the same way we delivered it right before it was dead, which is like a bunch of unenthusiastic mumbling. So it's very easy to just ignore it.
Which is
Yeah.
exactly why we were switched it up.
Yeah.
I will say this has been I think it's been a very good change of pace.
Nah, definitely.
Yeah, we're
everyone
getting to
actually
be
is
actual gamers
engaged.
and try games that we normally would not. You
Yeah,
know, like it gives us free encouragement to play something.
I mean, yeah, we're trying games that we wouldn't normally play, and also playing games together that we haven't played in a while.
Yeah.
Hold
Yeah.
on, I've played this before. This is not new.
And I like it being like
Well, I mean,
book-
it's not always a new game, but sometimes it's a.
yeah.
Give me my
It's like
5 minutes
a book
to
club. Yeah.
rave about how good this game
Refresh.
is.
yeah.
Like,
Or
yeah,
how
like
much
we
it
did with
sucks, like most
DKC.
of the sports games we've played.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Tecmo Bowl is peak.
Tecmo Bowl was pretty good.
Dude, Cameron's
For
upset, but he got first. That is so wild.
For a sports game on the NES,
For a
Tecmo
sports game
Bowl
on the
is pretty
NES.
good. Most of them are
Tecmo Bowl
so
is
bad,
solid.
but Tecmo Bowl is pretty good. Anyway,
that's probably the thing is you got to take in the time period.
Metroid
But yeah, this
2.
Return of Samus.
It's all right.
It is.
I mean,
I've not beaten this one before, and I still haven't done it, but I've played this version. And I played
This-
it again this week. And I've
This
played the
one's-
better version, which is the
Metroid
3DS one.
Samus Returns. Yeah. Which initially on the sheet, that's what I had written down is Samus Returns. I'm like, oh wait, no, that's the 3DS one. Yeah, the 3DS one, obviously superior.
I know what people like about this one better, and I can understand that point. There's some ending things that got changed and
yeah. Oh, I did not.
Samus Returns.
I got nowhere near the ending. I need to give it a little bit more spotlight or like more time. But
I got like
I did not
4
go far, like, at
Metroids,
all. But
and I was definitely lost like the
yeah,
entire time.
dude, it is a maze. I mean, no, duh, but
I still really want Samus Returns ported to console. Make it
Switch 2.
But you got to make
Yeah.
sure you keep the amiibo functionality. Keep everyone pissed.
That would be hilarious.
Personally, me with
Yeah.
this game, it was like, it's fine. It's Metroid.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's a Game Boy game.
That's my
a
thought. Is that
game-
this is a Game Boy game, and playing something like Metroid on this game is just crusty in its original form. It's a good game in a vacuum, but given that it's on the Game Boy, this game is rough.
Yeah.
That's really
Not
all I
just
could
that,
focus
it's just
about.
like-
I was like, imagine
it generally.
I could not play it because my emulator is somehow messed up.
Dang.
Great.
So
You have a
Yeah.
Switch.
I do.
we
But
know
He
how
doesn't
he
think
feels
of that.
about using that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
It's upstairs. It's crazy.
well, it's upstairs, and I sometimes forget that I have it up there.
Oh, that's fair.
That's so crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it is a
my
bit of a maze, and it is kind of crazy that it's like very canon to the mainline Metroid games, unlike other games that were like, oh, we put it on the handheld. Like usually it was, here we ported it, and this one was, no, this is actually a continuation off the first game,
Yeah.
and the third game references it.
it's a direct continuation too, right?
Yes,
Yeah. Dude, I kept pressing to see if I could get a map.
it does have one, I think.
Do you have to unlock it?
No, you just have to be better at the
I
game.
might be crazy and be putting the two together.
You only get a map if you 100% the game.
Yeah, you get a map at the very end.
That's crazy.
At the
That's
literally, I believe it.
The Nintendo way, honestly.
Actual.
see, the original game doesn't have a map
Yeah,
because
you
that's one
think
of
they
the
had
big
enough
things.
storage space on that cartridge?
Hell no.
I'm not talking about Return of Samus. I'm talking about NES.
Oh yeah, that one didn't have a map.
I think that's part of the problem. Is I played the remake of Metroid One, and that one is obviously superior, but like, ooh, uh, dude, I could not tell you where things were supposed to be. Things kept glitching through walls. Um, at the time, I mean, I assume they were supposed to, but like, that doesn't make it easier to shoot them.
No, they weren't supposed to.
Crazy.
It was just glitching. You got the only glitched cartridge.
Cosmic Ray.
So true.
I think I'm just getting it back of confusing. Yeah, Return of Samus doesn't have a map. Samus Returns does.
Yeah, I'm not putting in the effort to draw a map like most
There's
people did
maps
back in the. Well,
online.
I'm sure, but that doesn't tell me where I am.
Yeah, like the idea of
Get
drawing a map
good.
for an old game is a cute idea. Like something you would
Yeah.
post on Pinterest. Kind of cute. But
No, you just
in a day and
it's
age where that is not a necessity to have a map for the game, it sucks. It's so
well. The
not
good
fun.
news,
yeah.
if you want a map for this game, Nintendo Power released one in color.
Ah, have to buy
Yeah,
Nintendo
that's cool.
Power.
No, it's been scanned.
Well, I'm talking of the
Volume,
perspective of being a kid when
yeah.
this game came out.
Nintendo Power Volume 37. Okay, so it's pretty early up in the lineup. Well, that would make sense. The age.
Yeah,
The map also lists where everything is. That's crazy. Start,
that's a damn good map, huh?
energy charge, minute. Yeah, pretty good map.
So yeah, Metroid 2. It sure is Metroid.
Metroid 2. It sure is Metroid.
Yeah.
I would say it's okay. Um, I would not play this version.
Yeah,
If you're gonna play it, play one of the more, you know, play either the official modern version or one of the various fan remakes.
yeah.
Uh,
If you care enough specifically about those fan remakes, AM2R is peak. But at the very least, play Samus Returns instead.
mhm. Don't play it. Like, play this one for the sake of trying it, but like I would not say play a full.
This is kind of more like the first Metroid. If you
But
really love the series, go ahead and play it to get.
play it for the sake of seeing how it's,
Yeah.
where it came from. Don't play it to beat the game though. It's gonna be a rough time.
I don't think it will be that rough. Not like the first game. Like the first game's designed to be harder.
That's fair. Anyone got any? Anyone give any scores? Okay, play it.
Play it. Let's go.
Yeah, it's all right.
Play it. Let's go.
Play it. Let's go. Yeah.
All right. On to the
You know what?
tidbits.
Don't play it. I didn't waste my time with it, and I feel great. So.
That's crazy.
Just joking. It's probably worth a check out.
F-Zero is now available on Nintendo Music.
Nice.
Another SNES game.
Nice.
Love to see it.
F-Zero has some pretty good music too.
F-Zero, dude. F-Zero has a banger soundtrack.
I'm not
Oh,
a
It's
fan of
because
F-Zero
every
because
game
it's
on the
enemy
SNES has a
to play,
banging
but
soundtrack. You guys are beginning to learn. Every game on
Wild,
the
but
SNES has a
I-
banging soundtrack. It's just a fact of
That's
life.
true.
Grant's
Dude,
favorite fact of life.
I feel like I'm gonna say this every single week, but I hate the drip, this drip feeding. I still don't get it, but
I mean, it's so easy to hate on though because it's so stupid.
it's so dumb. I guess in a way it could be like, it's to like create hype, I guess, and get people to
But
be
I
like,
understand
for
it,
the
but I
music,
don't-
yeah.
It's
I
to
don't-
get
I'm
people
like,
to
I
come back.
understand.
You're trying to generate clicks
Yeah.
and develop. You're trying to get people to develop a habit of going to the app once a week. And then
That's
they get
true.
clicks, and then
if it's once a
you
week
get
and then
money.
they,
But it's
They
not
also
like
have
they're
it.
getting
Okay.
ad rev or anything off this. I don't get it.
I don't know.
I don't know. There's probably a thing for it. Um, it's April Fools in Japan, so Final Fantasy VII High School AU is now official thanks to Ever Crisis.
Hmm.
What is AU?
Interesting.
Alternate universe.
universe.
Oh, is this an April Fool's thing?
I think so, because that's when it is in
Okay.
Japan.
Did you guys see the Power World April Fool's Day?
The
No,
what do
dating
you do with
sim,
Power
yeah,
World?
Yeah, you
yeah,
can.
they're doing a dating sim.
You can
What?
your and a pal. You
What?
can do whatever you want to a pal.
I mean, you could already
Yeah,
make
I don't
people
think
slaves in
you're
that
gonna be
game,
pals
so
much longer after that.
Yeah, but now they can. You know what?
Pal
gonna
and
say that.
so much more. I think that's how they
Yeah,
described it.
now it is much more than just slavery.
Yeah, it's sex slavery.
Yeah, it's sex slavery. It's
Thank
human.
you,
It's
Kyle.
human trafficking.
Completely differently. Yeah,
Pal
completely
trafficking.
different. It's now sex slavery.
yeah,
Thank
because
you,
the
Kyle.
only other one I've seen for April Fool's so far, but there will be more. ReZero announced an
Actually.
Atome game, or a dating game, but
Mhm.
Japanese is Atome.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
it's April Fool's, so it's probably fake.
Zelda movie trilogy reportedly planned by Nintendo and Sony with filming in New Zealand.
Makes sense. New Zealand's beautiful, and it was used for rings.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
just
but
looks.
Yeah. Then they.
that's
Oh
not
yeah,
the
yeah. The guy.
problem.
No,
The
no,
problem
the guy.
is, what are they doing? Why are they doing a trilogy before we've even seen if it's
Oh yeah,
good?
trilogy is crazy, but I think I
Nintendo's
remember.
that confident.
I think I remember reading something. I don't know. I'll try to find it. But like the guy that did Morbius, like the director or something with Morbius, is also gonna be part of the Zelda.
It's
It's over.
Morbin time. It's Zeldan time.
Zelda time. Let's go.
It's over. Never mind.
Wait, no.
'Cause
The real
'cause I-
trick would be the spin-off movie Tingle. It's Tingling time.
It's Tinglin time.
It's Tingle
Yeah.
time. Because I think Miyamoto made the tweet.
Yeah. Yeah. They did.
My favorite part of the Tingle movie was when Tingle walked out and said it's Tinglin time and then tingled everybody.
What?
I'm gonna need some more context.
There is none. There is no context.
Alright, well,
It's Tingle.
I'm in danger.
It's Tingle.
Netflix Games
You wanna
Boss
know what that is?
says 8-year-olds aren't dreaming of PlayStation 6. Who are you to say? Are you 8 years
He
old?
just
I'm 8 years
he
old.
just wants game. I don't know.
Well, are you dreaming of a PlayStation 6, Kyle? You
It's
said
too
you're 8.
early.
No. No.
Okay, well then he's
Damn,
right.
he's right.
Eight,
I
8-year-olds
stand
are not
corrected.
dreaming of
I
a
stand
PlayStation
corrected.
6.
What do you mean the 8-year-old
They are
isn't focused on
wanting
his
to-
tax revenue?
They are wanting to interact with any digital screen, whatever it is, wherever they can. Even car. I mean, I guess.
Yeah, because it's. I mean, it's stimulation, which is what all kids desire because they're kids, and parents are not willing to spend the time to give them said attention, interaction, stimulation, whatever. And now we're here.
Yep.
Skibidi toilet.
What this guy doesn't understand is mobile games suck.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
Big facts.
8-year-olds also aren't playing on Netflix games. So why are we talking about this? What? Yeah, it just now hit me. This is Netflix games. Why is he talking about this?
Because he thinks that they're going to play the Netflix games.
Yeah,
Really?
Netflix mobile trash.
I get it's got to be right. Like that's the only reason he would be bringing it up. But like,
I guess I shouldn't
What's
be
the-
shocked that the person in charge of making money on 8-year-olds is saying stupid things online or to other to interviewers, reporters.
Right, exactly.
Let's see. Nier Automata creator Yoko Taro says he was, quote, ordered to not worry about overseas reviews by games producer. That's funny. The producer was like, do not go online in America. You don't want to see it.
The Americans.
Well, you got to remember, Yoko Taro is the guy who made 2B.
I'm not saying he should go over there because of the horny stuff. I'm saying he shouldn't go over there because of the not horny stuff. The toxicity. Obviously,
racism.
he's not scared of horny things because he's the guy that makes
He
the horny
made
things.
Tubi.
Yeah, and he's also Japanese. It's just like we all
It's
know.
part of the culture.
He
You
lives in
know?
horny capital of the world.
Yeah. Jack Black says in an interview that he's playing the older Fallouts, Yakuza, and watching video game Donkey. Okay, Jack Black is not one of us, but that is
No.
kind of cool.
That's funny.
I appreciate his attempt to be cool. Be like, yeah, I'm still in my mid-20s.
Donkey.
Jack Black, love you, bro. You're 40-something and you're huge. What is going on here? I hope actually that he gets really serious about it and posts like 40-minute
No, I
white
got-
man video essay of Fallout 2 or something. I would love to see that from Jack Black.
I
like
gotta
an
send
in-depth
y'all the
review.
video. Because he's like, Donkey is really funny.
Donkey is funny.
Donkey is funny.
That just threw me off when I saw that. I was like, wait a minute. Why is like this really famous guy talking about?
Donkey.
Game Informer is back and the entire team has returned.
Good.
You know, like
shouldn't
I'm
have
glad to
been
hear
fired.
it, but like no one's gonna start reading Game Informer again.
Oh, true.
How are they gonna? I mean, I guess just become digital only. I don't know. Be like IGN or all the other ones that make money without any
Yeah.
physical print. Well, hopefully it works
That's
out for
great.
them. Because Game Informer is one of the few things from GameStop I would like to allow to live.
Yeah, just not under GameStop.
Yeah.
Well, that went without saying, but yes.
Yeah.
Um. RuneScape Dragon Wilds, new drop from RuneScape, got a teaser trailer for the
We will
gameplay.
not be playing.
You will not be playing.
Yeah, I got so pushed away from all that crap about the subscription things that I'm afraid
Dude, I
to
was gonna
put any
say,
more time into
they-
that game ever.
They especially
Yeah.
burn people like you, is what I was about to say. Yeah.
I'm more interested. The original guy's working on something, right?
Yeah, well, that was supposed to come out last year. And it just
I think
didn't.
it.
So
I think it is in early access now. I want to say actually, I had it on my wish list, and I only remember because I remember when I was buying all those Resident Evil games a week or two ago, I was looking through my wish list to see what else I could just toss in with the rest of the money, and I saw that like, what is this? Oh yeah. See if I can find it.
intriguing.
I must have took it out of my list or something. Yeah, I swear I had it, but I guess not. I guess I got rid of it. Hollow Knight Silksong Steam listing updated to include GeForce Now and updated copyrights. No, that game
Bro,
is still
honestly,
not
it
coming
doesn't
out.
matter because honestly, it doesn't matter because we still don't have any semblance of a release date for that game yet.
Yeah.
Which I loved Hollow Knight 1. Silksong I had great hopes for whenever they first announced it, and it has been years since then and nothing.
Yeah.
Complete silence.
You are simply unworthy.
You know what? You're
Yeah.
right. Please.
We are all
Good things
unworthy.
Kyle, good things come to
Drown the
those who
unworthy,
wait.
honestly.
Good things come to those who wait.
Bro, I ain't waiting for nothing. I'm just gonna play a different game.
He's
So
been
true.
waiting, bro. How long we gotta wait?
Wait, I'm gonna get tired of waiting and just play a different game and not give a shit whenever
Good
it finally does come
things.
out. It's the same thing that's gonna
things.
happen with fucking Elder Scrolls 6. We're all gonna get tired of waiting, and whenever it finally does get released, no one's gonna give Todd Howard any money because screw waiting for like years for absolutely
Everybody's
nothing.
gonna give
Bull.
him
I mean,
so
People are
much
gonna
money.
Dude,
buy
I
it.
was about to say GTA 6 is about to blow up once it drops.
Florida.
Yeah,
Let's
blow up
go.
in their face, dude. Rockstar trying to do a subscription-based GTA?
Oh,
Hell no.
actually?
Yeah, that's what. Well, they were talking about it for a while. I don't know if it's actually confirmed.
I can't remember, yeah. That's crazy.
But yeah,
I
they
mean,
said that they were thinking about it.
Yeah, that won't
they'll
come to
still
no.
make money. They
They
just
would still make bank, but
Yeah, well, they'd still make money because people don't give a shit. But also, they wouldn't make near as much as if they just like
sold
they
the
could
game
even
outright.
charge like a lot of the people that are
They
the most excited for GTA 6. They would like, yeah, oh, I'd pay 70, $80 to
they
get
could
my hands on GTA 6, but I'm not gonna pay like for a subscription based
yeah, no, they could
service.
honestly charge $100 and people would buy it, honestly. Like day one still.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's kind of like
Like
when Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon came out, and people were like, "No, I don't want to buy DLC, but I'll buy the full copy of it." And it's like the DLC would be cheaper, and then you don't have to replay this game.
literally.
yeah, but okay, that's not quite the same thing because
That is slightly different, but I see what you're saying.
So,
yeah,
like, some of the fans will do it just because they want more content. It's like they're like, I trust whatever the developer is doing, and that's how you end up burning a lot of money.
yeah,
Um,
never trust a developer, bruh.
Among Us Cross Like a Dragon or Yakuza, if you fancy that. Cosmic Cubes are released for a limited time, like Cooper mentioned in Collector's Corner.
Yeah. It's out for 3 months, and after 3 months, it's gone forever.
Gone
That's serious.
I'm
forever.
depressed.
Dude, I hate FOMO
But
so
I
much.
don't care about Among Us or Yakuza.
Honestly, I love all this FOMO because it is given. It's like training.
It's a good way to not fall for FOMO.
Yeah, it's a good way to practice
true.
recognizing and not falling for FOMO, so that when the big FOMO gets pushed later, we know not to buy it.
You
just
know,
because it's
that's true. See, I fallen into a trap. I have the sunk cost fallacy. It's like I have all the other Among Us stuff minus Arcane. So it's like I have to get it. But that's just sunk
Look,
cost
Among Us is
fallacy.
your thing,
That too.
so I won't judge
Yeah,
yours for
Cooper.
it. That's like
Look. It's not. Think about
I'll
this.
say you
Unlike
enjoy Among Us. You enjoy playing Among Us more than anyone else I've ever talked to.
I do actually like Among Us.
Like
Th-
it
think-
actually makes sense for you to go for it.
think about this, Coop. Unlike
Yeah.
unlike me with all these Splatoon items, you will eventually use the Among Us items.
That is true. Cause like if it were like oh yeah, great example when Apex did the Final Fantasy crossover, that would have been so stupid to like
For
go
what?
into that.
More
They did
what they charged for it was the
dude,
big
$400 is crazy to get everything. That's still like it's insane to me. Apex Legends did a Final Fantasy crossover, Kyle, like a while
Oh, I
back.
didn't know about that.
with Final Fantasy VII.
Like it would have been dumb. That would have just been stupid to buy because ugh,
Yeah, there's a game you don't play.
that's a game I genuinely dislike. Yeah. If I could get those hours back, I absolutely would. Like no question asked.
yeah. Well, it's a valuable lesson. The
True.
I kind of learned it over all the years of obsessively buying games for no good reason that something does not carry any value just because it is hard to find.
Yep.
Things do not gain value just because they are rare. People have to like that thing. And you should never buy something just because it's rare or limited or whatever. It doesn't matter if it is or it is not. It matters only if it matters to you that you
That's
like
I
it.
mean, what's it? Like, was it Hello Kitty Cruisers or something? It was like several $100s, but like, why would you buy it? That's because nobody bought it. There are no copies of it anymore because nobody bought it. And the only people paying that kind of money are
People who want all
people
the
who want
games.
all the games.
Yeah.
Will they
Yeah.
play them? No.
No.
See,
Or
that's
people who like
that's
Hello
so
Kitty. Come on,
shallow.
bro.
If they liked Hello Kitty, they would have bought it in the first place.
Sometimes you're not old enough, bro. It's not my fault that I couldn't get Hello Kitty Cruisers the second it came out, bro.
Literally,
Give me a break.
dude.
now I'm playing that shit every day, and you're trying to judge me for it.
I am.
Oh, I am.
That's crazy.
I
Dog straight up said I am.
my most common example now is Fire Emblem Three Houses. I FOMO'd myself so hard into getting that other collector's edition from Cameron when he had to, and like I don't give a shit about Fire Emblem. Wait a minute, I hate golf.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was rare,
Bro,
so I
me
was like,
for
I gotta
real.
have it because it's rare. But I don't give a shit about Fire Emblem at all. Like, it's fine. I don't hate it. I definitely don't care enough about the
Was
game
that-
to
Care
warrant getting a
enough.
collector's edition of any game in
Was
that
that the-
series.
Fire Emblem 1 or was that
You'll,
Three
Three
Houses.
Three Houses.
Three Houses? Oh.
Yeah, I almost got that one, but by the time that came out, I was like, no, I don't like Fire Emblem. Stop this. I was gonna
Like-
buy it anyway. I was like, no. I don't care. I'll
Like,
buy
wait a
I'll
minute.
buy the game on the eShop because that's like $7 and it's going away.
Seven
bucks.
bucks.
Okay, yeah. I'm not. No, I'm
It's
not
like,
dropping
I'll FOMO
$150.
It's like, I'll FOMO the $7. I will not FOMO 50 for not even a physical cartridge.
Yeah, just a download code. The art book was sick though. I will say it was like literally the price of an art book.
I mean,
That is
yeah, but like you were paying for the art book. Let's be
pretty
real
much.
here. You were not
And then
paying
the
for the
glass
game.
cartridge. The glass cartridge, dude.
I do like
Yeah,
that.
it's cool.
That's
If you like
solid.
Fire Emblem, it's cool stuff. My point is that
True,
I
true.
don't.
But if
Why
you-
do I want it
That's
anyway?
fair. No.
Look,
Yeah,
look,
yeah.
Look, it would be like it'd be like if they did like a SNES collector's edition if they ever do a world championship
Oh,
version
dude, could
of
you
SNES games,
imagine?
right? Like Grant would buy that
Grant would
because
buy
he
that.
likes SNES games.
Yeah, but like, if I had the chance
I'd
to
be
go
like-
back, I wouldn't buy the NES one. I just that was a bit too much
Wait for it
hype.
to
That was
go,
less FOMO, more hype, but a little bit of both. But like the
Yeah,
SNES
what-
one, yeah, even if it was FOMO, I'd buy it because SNES is my jam.
That's
You're literally the SNES guy. Yeah.
Anyway,
Have you-
where were we?
Have
Huh.
you played it since we did that? Since we did a download station on it, right?
yeah, we did a download station on it.
Yeah, have you played it since then,
We
Grant?
did Among Us. Or
Played
did
what?
this.
SNES.
SNES
NES.
or NES.
NES.
Yes, actually, I'll show you.
Ooh. Oh.
Evidence that it's hooked up. I totally forgot to talk about this in my collector's corner. I'm glad you asked. Mega Man 2. We started talking about that after the show last week because I want to do that for collector's corner, and we just put all the Mega Man games. But I started hyper
that would
focusing
be-
on Mega Man 2 because I haven't talked about that game in a while, and us thinking of games to play and me getting on Mega Man 2 really kind of reignited that. I've never beaten Mega Man 2, and
Oh.
I want to beat it.
So we missed March, unfortunately, and we can't do Mega Man March. But Mega Man April, I'm kind of down for.
It was like, we'll squeeze it in there.
No, we
No,
already
do
have
like
we
did
already
Donkey
have
Kong.
we already have Gamer Pride Month. We can't double up on that joke.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Just come totally arbitrary month.
Donkey Kong December.
Donkey, dude, dude, that's great.
Did we actually do all the Donkey Kongs in December?
No, we did them in
Uh,
November.
We
Yeah,
had them in
see, it's
November, yeah,
arbitrary.
we
Like,
did.
it's cool if it was Donkey Kong December. It's cool if it's Mega Man March, but our brand would be to do it. Yeah, Donkey Kong November and Mega Man April. Uh,
It
So,
just
yeah,
makes sense, Grant. Come
Mega
on.
Man 2. I have that on my emulator setup. I actually don't have a cartridge of Mega Man 1 or 2. I'm not going to get all the Mega Man games on NES because the later ones are very expensive, especially 4 and 5. But I forgot that I always wanted Mega Man 1 and 2 for NES and never bought it. So that's on my list of stuff that I hunt for at game stores now. And in the meantime, so that I can play on my NES when I want to, I ordered a NES flash cart off AliExpress that I think just made it to the US today. So I should have that within like a week or two
Nice.
to report on. Because I was like, you know what? Why don't I just start getting flashcards for all the other stuff? Right now I'm hyperfixating on the NES, so let's do that. Because there's really a lot of NES games I don't own and or never
That you
played.
would like to play on the original hardware.
Yeah. Play it on the composite TV with the stupid bad image and stuff. So yeah,
Perfect.
I have been playing my NES and I have been playing Mega Man 2. I totally forgot. I'm glad you asked. Where were we? Astrobot went through 23 pitch iterations before its director promised PlayStation, quote, happy gameplay and overflowing charm. Though it did once end with robot decapitation that made some people really upset. That's funny.
That doesn't even. What do you mean? It needs to go through 23 iterations. You already have the gameplay down.
Well, apparently
just
there were
makes sense, Cameron.
decapitations in it before, and they had to remove that because someone thought that would be cool.
They were
It
right.
just makes sense, Cameron. Come on, bro.
You're so right.
Dave the Diver Cross Like a Dragon collaboration DLC Ichiban's Holiday launches April 10th, which is exciting. Love to see Dave the Diver continuing DLC
I hope-
crossovers.
I hope it's not limited time like Godzilla.
It will probably be limited time.
That's
but it,
so annoying. I get it
should
because of like
be-
copyright and stuff, but
it will probably be
Oh.
free again.
should be.
Split Fiction Studio does not quote pitch game ideas to EA. EA cannot interfere, and EA has zero say in development. That is a
Dude, as
great
they
business
should.
plan. That's a wonderful
Dude.
business plan. How do they get that in the
that's a
contract?
crazy
How do they get
deal.
those
That is
details?
So crazy,
EA is going to give us all of their money, and then they're going to fuck off.
dude. That is
That's-
crazy. Because
Two-sentence contract.
That is a Nat 20 charisma roll right there.
Yeah.
literally, because
Sign this
Genuinely-
document. Just Chad face.
Because I genuinely, EA is what killed Apex for me, honestly.
Yeah.
There's
You
a
and
lot of
everybody
things that
else.
killed Apex for me.
Also that the community and a lot of the game.
Community, monetization, like
Okay, besides
If-
the
tons
community,
of stuff.
everything that's wrong with Apex is EA's fault.
True.
Because having to buy the characters pretty much, or spend like 10 hours grinding out for one character
And it's
is
like
insane.
actually important. Yeah.
And you got to get dubs. Like if you're not getting dubs, you're not going to get anywhere close to getting within 10 hours. That's
Yeah.
insane. I'm always going to be like hard against that, where you had to, unless it's like DLC like Smash Bros, but that's different. They dropped it like a year after the game was out. Like, you should not have to buy characters.
No,
Unlockable characters,
should
that's
not.
cool. I'm okay with unlockable characters, but you shouldn't. Again, paywalls are stupid. I'm always gonna be mad about paywalls.
Good.
Same.
Never stop being mad about paywalls.
I
Yeah,
think the
true.
big thing in
Paywall
something
gay.
like an online game that's supposed to be for play, I think Marvel Rivals has kind of done it right, where the characters have where it's not just skins, its characters have different powers and abilities, which Apex had. So it created a balancing issue because
Not everybody can
you
get
got
the-
yeah.
Well, yeah, cosmetic characters being
I'm okay with
different.
cosmetics.
That's
'cause-
completely like paying for cosmetics is fine. Paying for characters that change the game is never okay.
No.
Like
No more free
giving
games.
someone a strategic, giving someone
Freemium
a
is so
strategic
stupid.
Yeah.
advantage.
How about we just
is-
go back to paying for games? How about I just give you $30 and
Literally.
you go
Can I-
away?
Literally.
You know,
Yeah.
okay. Maybe
Like-
maybe our final question for the night should be.
No, we have them. Let's move on.
No.
I don't know, man. I
No,
think
I
we
don't
could do
know.
it.
This is a
I
better.
think we can
this
do
is a
it.
better
This
ending
is such a
question.
much
This is
better
a
We're
question.
not on it.
Yeah.
Let's
We'll do.
let's keep.
We can do.
I think the
we can do
two
both.
questions we had
yeah.
worked better for the idea of what we wanted to ask.
No.
No, I disagree.
You both weren't in that conversation and you were late, so you don't get a vote.
Boom,
Let's move
son.
on.
Dude, 5
I was
minutes.
waiting
Boom,
I had
son.
work.
It doesn't count. It doesn't count. Look,
Doesn't count.
it was
Why
5.
am
It
I
was
getting shit on because I had to work?
literally,
Yeah.
I'm getting shit on because I had work and I went and played some pickleball, like practiced some pickleball, bro.
I
That's not-
also went to
but-
work today.
Yeah, so did I. I had to go to the office.
Okay, but you got off
Okay.
like hours ago. I got
Yeah,
off
you got off.
literally 30 minutes before I had to be on the show.
Oh, I got off at 3. I got up hours ago. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Cooper got off before
Kyle's-
me.
Yeah.
I'm a
Dog,
working man, guys.
I literally got off at fucking like 6:40.
Kyle, I'm not arguing
Okay,
with
That's
you.
crazy. No.
I understand. There's another man in this room.
That's true.
It's causing some problems. I won't say any names.
It's
Anyway,
okay, we all know.
moving on.
It's
Old
Alex.
but still interesting tidbit of the week. Metroid 2,
Crazy.
speaking of for Download Station, Metroid 2 was the first Metroid game that allowed players to save because it was the first Metroid game that came with a battery-backed cartridge save.
Oh.
It was not the first game that had a battery-backed save. It was the first Metroid game. I want to specify that.
Yeah.
Right. That's cool though.
Which is the second game, so
Yeah.
1, 2. Because that's right. NES is password.
Yeah, the
No.
NES didn't
Oh,
get battery-backed
yeah.
saves until Zelda 1. That was the first game that had battery-backed saves because it used
Dude.
to. The Zelda 1 was actually a disk system game in Japan, which is why it took so long to come over here because they had to figure out they invented battery-backed saves for this purpose solely because they're like, well, fuck, we don't have a disc anymore. What are we gonna do? But anyway, that's
That's
side
fair.
tangent.
Um,
So yeah, there you go.
I will say I do kind of like. Now I would not want to have been born like that long ago, but like I do kind of like. I would love to see like the idea of like being born with like the NES and like codes and stuff, like say like Punch Out and stuff. Is like, oh dude, you want to play? You want to fight against Mike Tyson? Here's his code.
Oh, like you
Just
want to
like-
live in an era where code books and like cheats and stuff
Yeah, dude.
were a
like,
thing. You go
huge.
to school and talk to your buddies and be like, "Well, I found out that if you hold left on the Wii
Bro.
remote when you boot up Wii Sports, you actually get a different colored ball or whatever."
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
well, I don't know. I'm only a year ahead of you, and I still got cheat books and talk to my friends about putting in different
Yeah,
codes as
but
well.
okay,
so-
there's a difference between those cheat books and like
Back
classic
in the day,
ones.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
like
the
that's
ones,
true. That's true.
the ones that
But
were
bro,
at
Bookstore
Scholastic,
went crazy.
Because
they did, but they also had a
Yeah.
bunch of fake shit in there too.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Or they had
that
a lot of
too.
codes for the cheaty thing that I can't remember.
oh, Game
Game
Shark.
Game Shark.
Shark.
Yeah.
Game Shark is what those books were mostly filmed for that. Not like
Yeah.
actual.
Yeah.
I remember one of them said that there was a me outfit C and Mario Kart Wii.
Ooh.
There was
let's-
not.
Oh.
Onto the rumors. John Linneman from Digital Foundry says that many developers still don't have Switch 2 dev kits based on what he heard at GDC. Well, I'm guessing that that's probably true, and it's true because it's not really different to develop for the Switch 2 than the Switch 1.
I was gonna say it's basically the same idea.
So, like,
and
if it takes a little longer, that's fine. Eventually, they'll
That's
get
fine.
one. They can just transfer it
Also,
over.
can
I
see
imagine part
Nintendo-
of
oh,
it's
sorry.
that Nintendo doesn't want to have leaks.
I was about to say I think Nintendo's trying to lock
Yeah.
down on their stuff.
Because that's what they did. I think it was 3DS and Wii U games. They loaned them out to YouTubers, and the YouTubers leaked them, and they were like, we're not
Never
dealing with this
again.
anymore.
Yep,
Actually,
Yep.
Nate the Hate says, in terms of Metroid Prime 2 and 3 HD and Wind Waker Twilight Princess HD, quote, at this point, they're only going to come out if they hit NSO. Like, they'd only come out as like a access because of subscription.
Well,
because of like GameCube
Prime
and
3
NSO.
is a Wii game.
That's
So
so he's just saying they're not going to do it.
yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
That is sick.
I doubt
hope
it though.
he's
Never.
wrong.
Yeah, there's no way they're just gonna sit on those forever. At some point, they got it. That's too easy of money.
I was gonna say that's
especially with Prime.
And
4
also,
coming out.
everybody's asking for it. Everyone's been asking for it. Like, it's a low hanging fruit. It's a really low hanging fruit. Just
Release it.
Nintendo sucks. Tony Hawk explains controversial Pro Skater 3 and 4 soundtrack changes. Quote, it was my
care about-
choice.
I don't care about the soundtrack changes. I care about the gameplay.
Yeah, Tony, I appreciate you thinking that I'm going to hate on you for your soundtrack changes. I don't care. If you're the person that changed the career mode thing, my heart's broken. And I hope you know that.
literally.
But I hope
Hey,
he wasn't.
You're focusing on the wrong thing here.
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. It was
Oh.
me. I changed the soundtrack. No one's asking about the soundtrack.
Everyone's asking about why the fuck career mode is gone.
Ubisoft is forming a new subsidiary in partnership with Tencent. It's valued at $4.3 billion, and it includes IPs like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six. Tencent has 25% stake in the company. All right, moving assets to China.
Let's go.
Finally,
Reporting from Bloomberg, Warner Brothers cancels planned Hogwarts Legacy game expansion. I feel like every week we've had for like a month now, we've had a rumor about Warner
Warner
Brothers
Brothers-
canceling something.
Canceling something. But they were saying the Coyote versus
yeah. Why Coyote
Acme.
versus Acme got bought out by the guys that released the day the world blew up.
yeah. So
So it's going to get no marketing, but it might make its money back.
hopefully,
Probably not, unless people go
probably
see
not.
it. I hope people go see it.
Literally. But yeah, Warner Brothers is canceling everything, and like
They don't like things unless it
They don't
can
like
make them. The only things they like are cheap live action reality bullshit.
I don't get it. Like, and the fact that they got rid of player first games, like the studio that did Multiversus, is crazy to me.
Why are
It
you
It
one of
wasn't
those
bringing
people
enough money.
excited for that multiverses thing that's coming out made by fans, and they've got Black Adam's voice actor is set to return to voice some new stuff.
How do you afford that?
Yeah, literally.
Well, it's not like they're paying Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Nah.
It's also true.
Naughty Dog is working on a new unannounced game led by Uncharted director Sean Escagi in development for 3 years. Cool. Naughty Dog is developing games.
Finally. Who would have guessed?
No. This is supposedly just a collection of the first two games, remastered.
Finally,
Those
Naughty
have
Dog is
already
releasing
been
games.
released on the PS5. This is just like a physical collector's edition. Again,
Finally, games are releasing.
wait,
I was gonna say, are you
wait.
sure
Am I
it's
talking
that?
about? Sorry, I'm getting two rumors confused. Apparently, I didn't.
I was gonna say this says
I'm
it's been in
confusing the
development
next
for
one.
3 years. Are they
I'm
really
not. I'm
developing?
not talking about. I heard Naughty Dog, and I went. I forgot about the Uncharted rumor. Okay, Uncharted. Yay! This could be real. There's an old PlayStation trailer that a lot of the PlayStation things have removed, but Australia PlayStation still has it up on YouTube. It shows a girl in like what looks like Uncharted environment, like and similar lighting to Lost Legacy and 4.
Hmm.
And it's a cave, so possibly and that was released 2 years ago, so that could have been this. I hope it's real. I like Uncharted. I'm just getting it confused with their other projects and rumors.
And then from Bill Coon, a new PS5 special edition for one title of the Last of Us franchise is on the horizon.
This is what I was getting it confused with.
Who cares? Moving on.
Yeah.
I hope the
Right
Uncharted
on.
rumor's real.
I'm sure it is. Naughty Dog, I'm sure, is developing games.
Dude.
They don't just game developers don't disappear for 8 years at a time in between game releases.
No.
They do
I'm-
stuff. Also, they're gonna make a new Uncharted game. Why wouldn't they? That'd be like Nintendo not making a
it's-
new Mario Kart.
It's literally like printing money. Well, it did take Nintendo a long time.
Well, Naughty Dog's big problem is they make one series and then they go, all right, we're done. On to the next one. And then they refuse to go back to the previous one.
I feel like, do you not think like with the Last of Us show they won't do Last of Us 3?
He
No, they've already said
has
they
said
won't.
he has ideas, and it may happen, but
Oh,
he's
wow.
busy with the show and he's busy with the new game.
That
So
makes
no.
sense. So probably not, but
Yeah.
And finishing topic for the week, what is the single most thing you want to see from the Switch 2 Direct this week? Didn't really know how to phrase that question because everybody listening to this is going to be hearing it post Direct most likely. But what do we want to see?
yeah.
What's the thing we want to see?
I look. This is obvious. I want just like the doesn't have to be anything major. Just like a tiny confirmation of Amiibo running on it. You know.
Of course, that's what he wants.
Yes, exactly. I mean, it was like you with the Zelda or something, right? Like just confirmation. It doesn't have to be like a
Well,
new
I was
Amiibo.
gonna say the next 3D Mario.
Also, that would be also nice since we haven't had a new 3D Mario in
Well, we had
8
Bowser's
years.
Fury.
Yeah, but that's
Since then.
more like a side story.
Yeah,
That was only that was
DLC.
4 hours.
Cheap DLC.
It was so nice. It was so great.
It was very, very solid, but it does not scratch the itch enough.
Yeah, it's like being itchy somewhere and just blowing on it instead of scratching it.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Um,
I want to see the C button.
I
Tell
wanna
me
see
it's
the
the
C
cat.
button.
Tell me it's the cast button.
also,
Dude.
also new Pro controllers with the C button.
Dude. Oh, get it now. C for turbo.
Yeah,
No,
C for
No, it's actually
turbo.
C for Celeste. That's the Celeste button.
The
Every time you
Celeste
press it,
button.
you buy a copy of Celeste.
Wow.
I see you've been reading r/ tomorrow.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah, gotta read it.
I mean,
Um,
what do you think I'm going to do on Reddit? Read actual news? No, dude, I'm shit posting.
actual news is not good.
Yeah, no, it sucks.
That's why you
Shit
got.
posting is
That's
good.
why you gotta read.
It's
Yeah, that's
very
why you gotta read the
depressing.
post.
Yeah, I got to read posts
Um,
about Siggy Shiggy.
What do I
Oh,
want to
dude,
see?
the C button stands for cigarettes.
Let's go!
Yes.
500 cigarettes.
We get a cigarette
500
button.
cigarettes.
Each Sweets 2 comes with with 500 free cigarettes preloaded. Every time you push the
That's
C button, one
crazy.
comes out like an old school dispenser.
That's hilarious.
That's funny.
Alright,
No, but
Cooper, Kyle,
actually
what do
C
you want?
button.
Oh man, what do
$1 million.
Could be a game, could be a feature.
Cooper wants Kirby.
Mm,
I don't know if they could do. I don't know how they would do a sequel, but a Forgotten Land sequel would be peak. I loved Forgotten Land. The soundtrack was really nice. The game, it was fresh. It was new for a Kirby game. It was like completely new ideas. That wasn't just 2D platformer, but with Kirby. Which don't get me wrong, I love the Kirby series, but
2.5D platformer with
I
Kirby.
mean, yeah, Forgotten Land was the first Kirby game I've beaten in forever.
I was gonna say like
I
it was so new.
Look, I keep making the mistake of trying to beat people games with people, and it slows down my progress because I also record it. So there's double
Oh god.
slowdowns.
I feel like we're getting targeted for that Mario Party game.
Yeah.
No, that's different. That's Mario Party, which I have not rendered yet. Whoopsie. Or have I?
Oh, that's crazy.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know how they would do a sequel though with the way it ended.
Well, they don't have to do a direct sequel. They can just do another game.
That's true. With the
Like
same
it doesn't have to. It doesn't have
Just-
to be a direct continuation.
It just has
That's
to be
true, that's true.
3D Kirby.
3D
Yeah,
Kirby.
it just has to be a good Kirby, a good 3D Kirby
Dude,
game.
it literally is so solid. And they have a fast food mini game, and it's super realistic because you get hit with a rush and you get screwed over. It like hyper realism.
It's so real.
It literally is.
Yes, because every single day is getting hit by a rush and getting screwed over.
Literally. But actually a Kirby game. I know you might have said that as a joke, but like genuinely, actually a new Kirby game would be peak. And some like I wouldn't mind like another like 2D platformer one, but like the 3D is they should do way more with.
Okay. Kirby Forgotten Land 2. Got it. What
Pretty
you got,
much,
Kyle?
Yeah.
What do you want to see?
Honestly, it's been too long since we got a 3D Mario. I really want to see a 3D Mario.
Double entries on the 3D
also-
Mario.
Yeah.
That's
Also,
huge.
I always love Mario Kart, so I'd love to get another Mario Kart with new.
Well, we
Well,
have
new
good
track.
news for you.
Good news
I
for
know,
Kyle,
I'm
bro.
aware. I'm aware. And I know that it's unlikely after Ultimate, but Smash Bros could also be really cool.
I don't know if we're gonna get Smash
I don't.
right off the
I don't-
bat.
Not the
No,
I'm
we're
not saying
not.
off the bat,
Of
but I'm
course.
not saying off the bat. I'm saying like things that I would like to see in the game in the Switch 2 catalog.
Yeah,
Um,
fair.
and since that was a pretty quick question, we threw in a different one that was more discussion worthy. Is difficulty a desirable trait for video games?
Yes. Next question.
I
No.
was like Kyle's just gonna be like yes, Mister
Yeah, literally.
Mr.
Actually,
FromSoft.
bro.
Okay, I say yes. I'll explain why I say yes but I want to hear y'all's answers first. I
I
say
think
yes and no. My no factor is that I don't think it's always a desirable trait, but I do think it is a desirable trait. Anyway, continue.
I
I
don't
say I say yes. I'll
the
go
way
into further detail after everyone else gives the answers.
right. The
I no, go. You are good.
okay, appreciate it. The way like I see video games is like I mainly just want to be having fun a lot of the time. So like a game for me, a game doesn't have to be like super difficult for me to have fun. Does it add to the challenge and stuff? Sure, yeah, but it's
What if
like
I don't want it to add to the challenge? What if I just want to enjoy it?
literally
Uh,
like if somebody told me like they play Minecraft like only on peaceful, I'm not gonna get upset about that because like fair enough. I don't I don't get it
I mean, at that point, you
personally.
might as well play creative.
I was gonna say yeah, literally just play creative, but
Again, I think it depends on the game.
it really does depend on the game, but I don't think it's necessary for like to have
Every
fun.
game.
Yeah.
there are corner cases where difficulty is not a desirable trait, and that's a great example. Like some people want to play Minecraft without any threat, which is fine. Play games how you want to play games. That's the whole point.
Mhm.
But I think outside of those corner cases, difficulty is always a desirable trait. The key more is the level of difficulty because we play game. What is a game? A game is an attempt at accomplishing a challenge of some kind. The challenge could be extremely simple or extremely complicated, but the point is to do something, figure something out, accomplish something. So like you always need some level of difficulty because if it's not difficult, if you're not having to do something at all, then you're not playing a game. Cuz that's what games are. Like like moving a checker piece in checkers is not difficult, but it's the steps you
Your
take. The
difficulty is
strategy is
farting.
like it's very the idea of checkers is super simple, but it's still difficult in a way. There's a challenge. It might be easy, it might not. But like, if the challenge wasn't there, you're just two dunces staring at some plastic.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where I always want some kind of difficulty. The scale is what's more important, I think.
Yeah. Um, the reason I say yes, and I'm not saying just like a baseline difficulty like what Grant's saying. I'm saying like an actually like a brutal difficulty.
Hard
Like
challenge.
one that yeah, like a hard challenge that takes you, numerous attempts to try to get through. That is so desirable to me because it's getting like pushed back over and over again by the game, and the time when you finally get through and you punch through whatever obstacles in your way and you kick the game's ass, the feeling of dopamine and the rush that you get whenever you finally complete something that you've been working at for
Yeah,
a
when you
long
beat the
time
game, when you
is
accomplish the task.
is so good. Like it literally feels so amazing to like get that dopamine rush the second after you defeat a boss. Like in Elden Ring, if you have been struggling on the same boss for like 30 plus times, you've gone into the same boss arena trying to defeat this boss, and you finally just find the thing that happens to work for you that time, and you like finally get the boss to zero. Oh, it's such a like you're on the top of the world
Um,
sort of feeling. And I like honestly, it's like addicting. You like seek that after you get it the first time, you'll like seek it. It's really
I
fun.
can confirm you do not. Demon
I'm
Souls.
good.
Demon Souls
Yes you
made
do.
me so upset. I
You
was
seek it, bro.
No, I do not.
No,
I
No.
beat the
bro,
first one and I was like,
Kyle.
I can confirm this is horrible for me. No. And I
What?
was mad. I
Kyle,
spent
I'm gonna be
$70 on
so
that
real
game,
with you,
man. I was
Chief.
like,
I'm gonna be so real with you, Chief. Uh, that does not sound fun to me.
It
Like if
well,
sounds
I
that's the
so
point of this
no,
it's
question, right?
amazing.
like that's like
It's amazing, guys. Come on.
it's
Let's
amazing. We
I have
should
no
all do
judgment.
it.
I
No,
know you're correct because I have several friends
that's
that are into those games. I'm proud that I can say I
Personally.
for sure don't like it because I spent $70 on Demon Souls and wanted to
And
kill myself.
hated that.
Okay,
Hated
but
that style.
Demon Souls is like
The hardest one,
not-
yeah, I know.
Yeah, not the
The-
one you should have started with.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, but
that's
that doesn't mean that like he'd want to do it you know, on a slightly easier one. It's still that whole genre is designed around its difficulty. That doesn't make like
It's
Eh.
actually more designed on its world building
world
and map design.
but the gameplay is redo it, redo it, redo it.
dodge,
Yes.
hit, dodge,
Kinda, yeah.
hit, die.
Dodge, hit, die, die 18 times, finally get it on try 50. Yeah.
But this
Like-
Yeah,
is
but it's
this is
great
the point of
time,
this
dude.
question. You either like that stuff or you don't. This is why the scale is
It's a
important
great
because some
time, dog. I'm not taking no sort of hate.
yeah, good because I'm not
Yeah,
throwing
I
I'm not
good.
throwing any. Some people
I'm
like
not-
the nuclear
I'm not
wings.
throwing
Someone
any.
like
It's
some like the sweet
I'm just
chili
joking.
hot wings, and someone like the nuclear melt your ears off hot wings. You know,
Yeah.
we all like hot wings. It just some
I
people want the
mean,
garlic
definitely
butter.
like
Some
different
people want the
names.
melt your eyes out of your eye sockets.
I
Uh,
definitely want the belt your
yeah.
eyes out of your eye sockets hot wing.
Masochist.
That shit's so good.
This is
Yeah,
a
like, some
hard
peop-
question to get a word in.
that is a
edgewise.
yeah.
That's
like-
what you just
Okay,
said to
Alex,
talk,
what-
bruh.
Kyle had his
I-
soapbox.
I do kind of see
So-
that though. Oh, sorry.
I play a lot of games, and I play them on a lot of different difficulties. But like RPGs, I play a lot of them on harder. But one of the big things that I really don't like on like harder difficulties is when it's just, wow, they do more damage to me and I do less.
that.
Dude, literally
Yeah.
The Last of Us.
I prefer when it's like, if you play on the harder difficulty, they will do different attacks. They will do different
there's
strategies.
something actually. They're not just meat shields.
Yeah.
You know. So
But like the
tangentially,
other thing is like, just like in Resident Evil, the big thing is, here's less ammo. Great, I don't want that. I want
Yeah.
like spawn more enemies, sure, but like less ammo is just kind of lame.
Yeah,
like I think
So that's kind of why I'm not the biggest fan of like focusing difficulty.
it depends on how you do it, right? Like if you just because like with Pokemon, I think with Black and White for their because that's the only three only duo that
Well,
had
that was just dumb.
that was
Oh,
they
you
would
have
either
to beat
use
it
more
to play
potions.
it.
That was actually stupid. That's a terrible block for it. But you either had them like using potions and actually strategizing, or regular Pokemon game, or you had baby mode, where I don't know because why would you play an easier version of Pokemon game?
That's
like
so funny. You beat the game. Here's baby
here's
mode.
here's baby mode. You should have played the other one to unlock hard. Great, thanks.
funny enough, speaking of Donkey earlier, Donkey actually has a couple of quick videos on video game difficulty, and he made a good point that kind of flashed back into my head, talking about Halo as an example. He was like, there's like 4 or 5 different difficulty settings, but which one is the right one? I think that's like takes this question and kind of puts it on his head and shows you how subjective it is, because like, one, it's how difficult do you want it to be, but two, also how difficult were the developers intending the game to be?
Well, like,
Because like with a
Yeah.
FromSoft game, sure, you don't get an option,
They're
but they're
intending
very
for it to
upfront
be-
in your
yeah.
face that this is a hard game.
This is not going to be
Yeah, this
a
is
walk
supposed to
and
be
And-
brutal
Yeah.
difficulty.
Oh.
Having a
Hard.
difficulty
uh,
slider in a FromSoft game to make it easy would ruin the point of the game. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know, just another perspective. I also
Um,
recommend those
I've
videos
got-
if you haven't seen them.
I've got
Conversely,
another one on that.
hold on. Let me. Conversely, you have a game like Metroid 2: Samus Returns, where the difficulty, yes, it's locked behind an amiibo that sold out very quickly, but it's the exact style of difficulty curve that Alex was complaining about earlier, where it's just they're damage sponges.
Yeah.
That's all they are. They're like there's no actual difficulty increase. It's just you have to hit them more. That's not
That's not
like
difficulty. That's
that's not
padding.
fun. Yeah, that's not fun.
No. The Evil Within, a horror game and a sequel, they have a difficulty option. But like the director even says you should play on it's designed around easy. Like the game is.
Hmm.
And then you can play harder, but he recommends for first playthrough do easy. Which is just kind of interesting for
really
your what difficulty did the dev build the game around?
Something else I also thought of: NES games, arcade games, all the older
designed
games.
to be hard.
Those are just
Literally
designed to be
designed.
hard to
They
eat
are-
your quarters or
Yes.
make sure you can't play it over a weekend, so you have to rent it more.
Yeah, to just pad the runtime of it. And that's essentially the same thing as a difficulty slider in a modern game. Because which difficulty is the right one and which difficulty is the one that was just added there arbitrarily? I don't know. That's a good
Yeah.
question.
It's because like you see it all the time, right? Like people complaining that such and such game is too easy and they got bored because it's too easy. But like,
Yeah.
what there's if you're making a game for one of the big Nintendo properties, right? You can't just make it Dark Souls. You have to be able to reach players that are not as good at games, because otherwise you're going to alienate a lot of
A
people.
lot of people.
Well,
And
I mean, it's fine to not like games because they're too easy.
well, yeah, no, I'm not.
yeah.
I'm not saying that's
Really,
the
it's
pr-
more
but,
like the problem is if you play a game that you ended up not liking because it was too easy, that's probably something that you could have known before you bought the game.
True. No, it's just like they, I feel like it's Pokemon that gets it the most, where it's just like, well, they should add it for the sake of adding it, but I don't know if Pokemon could implement it properly.
I don't know if Pokemon
Well,
needs
Nintendo
difficulty.
doesn't
I just think
do-
Pokemon should be just
Difficulty, really.
smarter.
They don't do
Like-
difficulty sliders. They do the easy to learn, difficult to master thing where you can get as much difficulty as you want out of it. Like you create
guess
your
so.
own difficulty.
They'll occasionally do something
With
like
Pokemon
Zelda,
Yeah.
where
in
they're like,
particular,
"Here's
though,
a."
like it has
Pokemon-
definitely gotten way easier over the years.
Yeah,
I think
well,
the problem
my
with
point.
it-
Okay,
My
okay,
point
but
was
I
that
will- I
Pokemon
will-
doesn't do that. Pokemon's just.
I
like-
just
would
want-
argue.
I will say
uh,
you got
Like, it used to be actually kind of difficult.
Well, I would argue that part of
Gym
Pokemon, like,
4 is
there are the friendship thing and whatnot. Fine, those are things that make it easier. But I would argue that part of Pokemon is that we're older and we understand type advantage.
no. Gym
No,
4, they
like-
use type advantage against you, and they've kind of removed that.
No,
where
like,
the,
yeah,
even
that's what
the
I'm saying. Like,
gym leaders
even
and
in the-
champions are dumb and won't
yeah,
use it
in the
against
older
you.
games, it wasn't just the fact that friendship wasn't a thing, and like,
You
we
actually had to
didn't go type advantage
grind.
as much. But no, like, yeah, you had to grind more. The fights
Honestly-
themselves were actually stacked against you in a more like brutal way. The dude, fucking Norman fight in Gen 3 is absolutely disgusting, bro. 2 slackings in Emerald is
M-
absolutely brutal.
Miltank,
Slacking,
Miltank,
dude,
and Goldenrod.
Slacking has the freaking stats of a goddamn legendary. Slacking has 650 base stat points. The only thing that holds Slacking back is the fact that it has Truant and can only attack every other turn.
Mhm.
And then you have
No,
in
that's-
Gen 2, you had
yeah.
Whitney with fucking Miltank.
Yes.
And that Miltank with Milk Drink would wreck your team every single time because you couldn't do shit about it unless you happened to have a fighting, which there was like two options at that point in the game, and both
And
of
that's a
them would
Yeah, I
not
think-
have been high enough level in order to actually do anything against the fucking
And then
Ghoul
you
thing.
had the Elite Four in Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah,
They're
Elite Four and
just
Diamond and Pearl was also
with
pretty
it.
rough.
yeah. No, it's
Yeah, I think it's a
You're-
mix of like they
They've
changed
made
the
it.
they changed the
they've
AI, but like Cameron said, it's
I
like you learn and grow from the game. Like you
You do
understand
learn
how
and grow, but they've also made them dumber.
Yeah.
that's
I
Definitely
will
made 'em dumber.
say I'm honestly
I'm
okay with
saying.
them removing
Yeah.
the grind though. Not having to grind out individual
I'm never
Pokemon
gonna
is
complain about not having to
perfectly
grind.
fine to me.
That's fine, but I want the AI to. If I bring in the wrong type, they should take advantage and beat me for it, or at
See,
least be
yes.
close.
What I was getting to earlier was about the other Nintendo games. You get as much difficulty as you want out of it. Pokemon, you can't do that because that's not how that game works. It's an RPG, so it's just like set. The way you fix that is Pokemon being like, "Hey, do you know what you're doing here or no? Yes? Crank the difficulty up. Use this AI. If you're not, use this AI. 50-50. Just pick one."
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
won't do that. They can't even maintain
No.
30 FPS. I'm not going to expect them to do features like that.
Yeah.
Especially
could-
features like not having to unlock it first, by playing the
Yeah.
entire game through.
I'm kind of trying to read other opinions, and the one thing is like a good difficulty in a game makes you engage with
But-
all the mechanics properly.
Correct.
I do also feel like in older Pokemon, it was more about the battling and about like, oh, I have my little dude and he's fighting your little dude, and let's see which of our little dudes can actually, come out triumphant. I think in modern Pokemon, it's way less about that and more about, oh, let me go try to catch some of these really cool monsters and, try to collect shinies and, get the ones that I like and not really give a shit about the ones that I don't like. And I feel like it's less about battling and about like, how the game actually goes, and it's more about what the story is doing and about collecting Pokemon.
See, but that
in, like,
also
in the
doesn't work
modern
because
games.
you have Sword and Shield where you're not part of the story.
Yeah.
Sure you are.
No, you're not. They do everything for you. You're just sort of there.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not remembering Sword and Shield right, but
I
Driving
would
back
not
towards
recommend going back and
difficulty,
playing
less
it.
about
Yeah.
Pokemon.
no, I like Pokemon.
That's crazy.
No, I think yeah.
That's what you think? Yeah.
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 No. I think
Yeah.
the problem is Game Freak has little, brand recognition and all, so they
So
don't
they
have to
don't
put
have to do
near as
anything.
much care or thought into the games as near as much as they used to. Like,
But even still, though,
like
they
I'm not saying
they have
it's not an
to.
excuse, but
Oh, they even still they have like. I feel like they're putting more thought into ZA, and like because Legends Arceus was like actually a very good game, and Sword and Shield was a very good game, but they just dropped the ball with Scarlet Violet in a huge way on the graphical side of things. Like the story part of Scarlet Violet was perfectly fine. It was a standard, cute Pokemon story, but
Yeah, hey, maybe the Switch 2 will let me
it
play
was just
Pokemon Violet without getting angry.
potentially.
yeah.
Yeah, just get raging mad the second you open the game.
I mean, when I tried to play a
Um,
month ago, that's literally what happened.
Hell yeah.
honestly, I feel like
Which is so unfortunate
uh,
because they added so many cool mons.
I feel like Pokemon is probably a good, basis because it's kind of like it's not baby's first RPG, right? But it's also
Yeah.
not Dark Souls. It's kind of
What do you think's baby's first RPG if you're not Pokemon?
Final Fantasy Mystic Quest.
No kid is playing Final Fantasy Mystic Quest.
Look, just because Pokemon, the I would
Ask
not
every
say
kid.
Pokemon.
Ask every kid right now.
Okay, well,
Right.
one of my
True.
first
8-year-old
RPGs
Kyle, are
was,
you playing?
Was well, all of us played Pokemon as one of our first
I
RPGs.
think
That's
I was
Pokemon
like,
was
that's
one of my
like-
first
definitely my
RPGs
first.
past Pokemon was actually Skyrim, so I don't think that's a great like
I
jumping off
like
point.
Pokemon still follows that easy to learn, difficult to master because there are a bunch of mechanics in there that you're not going to really grasp as a kid. Like type advantage or
No, just
boosting your
dumb type
stat.
advantage will you not grasp.
I mean,
There's some that like I can't think of at the top of my head because it's more obscure and more like based on Japanese folklore than like fire does damage to grass.
I mean, but that's a pretty not like common knowledge thing. I feel like grass burns, water puts out fire.
Right, that's
Grass
my
Grass
point.
drinks
absorbs water.
water
Grass absorbs water
Grass-
to create food. Like that's pretty
to
simple.
create more grass.
Yeah,
Right,
like,
that
that's
was my
pretty
point, is that
simple-minded.
those are really simple, but there's like a couple obscure ones in there that are more like very specific folklore things for why it does what it does.
Well, yeah, like how bug is supposed to be better than fighting.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
well,
like
we
a-
can't
that's-
seem
that's a-
to.
We're
something-
I was gonna say, I think
that's
we're just
something
gonna
in
talk about
Japanese
Pokemon
lore.
now. So we're gonna wrap the
Let's
show
pull
up.
off Pokemon.
I was gonna say, let's
Yeah.
just wrap
You know
the
what,
show.
yeah.
It's been a while. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show. Please share us with a friend. We post every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, youtube.com/StormwindGames. Anywhere that you get your podcast, you can find us. Add us on Twitter at AllNightGamers with a K. Let us know, is difficulty a desirable trait in a video game? And also, what's your favorite Pokemon game? Because apparently that's the same
Yeah,
question.
Let,
What do you think
Let us
about
know why
Metroid
Pokemon-
2?
let
What-
us know why Pokemon sucks, dude.
Yeah, why does Pokemon suck?
Why does Pokemon suck?
What was your favorite thing from the Switch 1 Direct? And also, go ahead and tell us what your favorite thing is from the Switch 2 Direct. And if anybody
Yeah,
actually
well,
says anything,
well,
we
I've
can
already
talk.
watched it, but
We
let us
can talk
know.
talk
So-
about it next week.
Let us know about the new 3D Kirby game, guys.
Comment what your favorite Pokemon Easter egg is.
But yeah, that's our show. Thank you so much for listening again. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.